sparkly cat.
No, that was Artie.
Yeah. Well, Artie, too
soon for Artie.
He's not dead.
Well, too soon to bring him in.
Well,
unless if the DM really wants to hear his voice again. I mean, I have no problem pulling that out.
Alright, I know he's not dead. I said it's too soon because I don't want to hear it again.
Exactly. Exactly. See, I knew what you were talking about.
Good.
Are we going in guns a-blazing, or are we going in sneaky beaky like?
No, I think Sneak is a bit more like a Berl type thing. She's not exactly blazing guns.
I think Kyle's character, however, would have a problem with
Kyle's character.
It's mostly it's a reference to Call of Duty. There's a really dumb character who's like, "We gonna sneaky beaky like," and the meme is they drop it really low, so his legs are like, and he's like big long legs as he like crouches in. It's just really funny. That's right. I forgot my Kevin MacLeod stuff. I had some cool ones prepared.
I think that should be pretty good.
Warren can't go very loud.
No, Warren's too boring for that kind of stuff.
Gee, thanks. I'm glad we're friends.
I wonder if this is good.
Well, that was loud.
Yeah. That's too drummy. This is fantasy. Psh, psh, psh. Boom, go, drums. This might be good. It's pretty quiet.
It's very kind of unnerving, actually.
That's kind of supposed to be.
I was going to say, when it comes to sessions we do, of course it's going to be unnerving. That's the point of it. The team's over there planning his schemes.
What schemes? I don't know schemes.
I don't know what you're talking about, he says.
Schemes don't exist. They're not real.
Scheme me? What?
They carry
Hmm?
So they carry.
Oh, they can hurt you. They're just not real. Alright, let's roll a die.
Oh no. This is the part that I.
What order
dread
is
the
everyone
most.
going to sleep in? And first off, let's roll to see recap.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need a recap.
Josh, you're the victim.
You did that on purpose.
Okay, let me roll again. Kyle, you're the victim.
Okay, recap time.
Josh has already tried, so.
So,
Because you don't want my recap, because I.
from
Okay.
what I remember last time, we were all at various places in the city of Baths, and then two dog people came and tried to get the princess back to the kingdom.
Not a princess.
Or
I'm an heir.
The rich girl.
person in line for the throne. who happened-
Heiress.
Yeah, that's the one.
Basically a princess in all
Maybe a
but
noble, but I'm not a
principality.
princess.
Anyway,
Oh,
so
plebeians.
then they kind of sort of fail, and then they run into all of us doing our shenanigans in the baths, and then we all go over and say, okay, let's go, and then we do. And then we decided to head through the more dangerous path, but the shorter path, because there are monsters there for us to
Yeah,
kill.
you can look at the map. You guys are going to be going down through Cristella, which is shorter. And then you're going to be curving left towards the neon
I also
bulb.
found a ring of water walking, so that was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
It's such a long journey.
It's really long.
How many full moons are we going to be going through with this?
A lot.
How many total days walking?
Depends. I think on
Depends on
how
how
often
fast
get
you
stuck.
walk. And how many times you guys survive or not. We'll see.
Lovely.
You're traveling pretty far. It's kind of like traveling across the, it's kind of like going from Denmark to Italy. It's a ways, especially walking. It's like a state, maybe 2 states of walking.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's like 2 months.
No boy. Boy.
But-
Well, okay.
All right. So we know kind of what you guys were doing. We also know that people were going to go to bed, and the fishman was going to sleep, in the pool, and he was butt up. And
I remember that.
so, as for watches, does anybody feel like they should take watch?
Yeah, I think it's kind of important to take watch.
If you want, I can take a watch.
I'll definitely take a watch.
Right, how many,
Okay, what order though?
how many total watches are needed?
I mean, if you guys are watching,
If
I will
everybody
watch.
takes a watch, you can all take a long rest. If only half of you can take a watch, then the people who do watches can only take short rests.
Alright, well, I think it said then we're all gonna have to watch.
Yep.
Okay.
Watches are best distributed.
Can I take the last watch as an arbitrary decision?
Yes.
All right.
Warren
I'll be
will
the
take
last.
first watch then.
The final. The terminal.
I guess I got somewhere in the middle then.
Alright, I'll wake you up. You
Yeah.
get second watch.
Alright.
Are you willing to take third watch, Mr. Genie Man?
Sure.
With the glowing scars.
Sure.
Do they glow bright enough for us to see by?
No.
Darn. That would be fun.
They
like, I just
cast
sit
all
next
the
to you.
They glow enough-
glows around, but
they
that doesn't
glow-
actually help you see very much.
They glow enough that it looks like a glow stick.
Within about 5 feet in total darkness, they will let you see around 5 feet when glowing brightly.
Yeah.
Because they're really visible, but they don't actually produce much bouncy light.
Okay, we're gonna nudge your dice today.
Yes. All
So
right.
Warren is watching.
All right. Warren
The cat
takes his
is-
watch.
The cat is not watching. The cat is just fast.
It's a cat. It's gonna sleep, but also watch. Because cats are like elves. They can just do both.
I'm a
If I'm
monster.
taking watch right after Warren, if I may request for Warren to wake me up a few minutes before his shift ends, because Berl needs to take care of
Yeah,
something.
take it up with
She
Warren.
does not want to be distracted and not being able to watch things while she takes care of what she needs to.
Okay. You informed Warren that you needed a potty run before the watch is
You
over.
wouldn't call it that.
Warren assumes that's what you're talking about. Like,
Okay.
oh, girls. Okay, right. They need a minute. She's off to powder her nose.
Just be that's what Berl does.
Yes, clearly
Well,
from the
indeed.
way she wrestles in the mud and
I know, right?
spits. Does other not lady
Okay.
things.
Well, so you do your thing, and hey, you do all right. Nothing seems to split out except for the distant winds. There's a sound in the distance, almost like the ocean. It's really soft and faint, and it's slight hissing, but it's so regular. But it's pretty lulling. Puts you to sleep pretty well, and everyone in your group is all doing all right. But nothing happens on your watch. You're good.
Alright. During my watch, then, I will use a spell slot before I take my long rest.
Okay.
To use Primeval Awareness and
Oh, alright.
to see if there's any monstrosities in 1 mile.
There are. There's about, I'll have to roll for it.
I shouldn't have done that. Now how am I going to sleep?
Just wake me up, I'll go find them.
What do you know from that? What kind of monstrosities, or just do you
I only know that they are there. I can't tell how many or where.
you know general directions though? I suppose.
Doesn't say so.
You know they're distant monstrosities. They don't seem close.
They're within 1 mile, though?
They're in a mile, but a mile's a big distance in a circuit.
Right, okay. That's the
You
end
could
of my
things
watch.
can be in a mile and you'll never see them.
Okay. Well, that ends my watch, and I do a lot of furious sharpening of my spear before I wake her up.
All right, it's your rest now, and Warren can try to sleep.
But Warren, don't sleep yet!
I'm not. I'm sharpening this spear.
I need you to keep watching for a second, because I need to go wake Beck and Ta for a minute. I gotta tell him something.
All right. They have made a small, almost tent. Yeah, it's almost a lean-to.
Okay.
It's a little dog hut.
I'll pop in there and be like, Beck,
There's like a sheet over a stick.
hey, you guys, wake up for a second. Whoa, wake up.
I was like, why are you whispering from behind you?
Oh, jeez. Don't do that. Like, oh, jeez.
Like it's just snoring.
Okay, well, if you're awake, I can at least tell you, and you can tell Vic later. But I gotta let you in on something, and I trust you guys because we're friends, and I know that you can keep secrets. But since the last time that we were together, I kind of had a little incident that happened, and well, in a few days I'm going to need to kind of run off for a bit, and I might need you guys to come follow me and make sure I don't kill people.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. I'll maybe like pull down the shirt a little bit and show her where I got mauled.
Oh, you've been. That looks painful.
It was, and it is painful every full moon.
Oh.
I thought it was a bite on the foot. I remember it.
You
as
got bit on the foot.
Yeah.
I got mauled on the chest.
Okay.
Just full on mold. And cursed. What do you know? Alright, so Ta has rolled for knowledge arcana. And has succeeded.
So she knows what I'm talking about?
She understands lycanthropy pretty well, because she rolled really well.
Awesome.
And her character has information, so she's usually pretty good. She's like, oh, that's I think there's, it's like a cure for that. Very confused. She's like, oh, okay, so you want me to follow you?
I mean, you and Beck and Warren, come about before the end of the 13th day, follow me out to the woods and just kind of make sure I don't hurt anybody. And we'll just let everybody else know that I've got, something important I need to take care of, and just watch the base. We'll be back in a couple days.
Okay. She's like, okay.
I just don't want
To give you the big like.
I trust you can make sure to stay safe.
The guy's like, I don't know, you're good at getting into trouble.
I know, but you're good at getting into trouble with me.
She's like, a little bit of that. She'll agree.
Okay, appreciate it.
She'll do that. And she's like, well, it's my job, I guess.
Yes, I appreciate it. Okay, well, I'm gonna go over and finish my watch now.
Okay.
I just thought I'd let you know, because it's, we're traveling together and you're my friends, and kind of need to know that. Okay,
Well, all right.
just awkwardly leave now,
All right.
and then we start watch.
Okay. Warren, before you go to bed, you realize that you can make a perception check, Warren, before you go to bed.
That wasn't good. This time. Okay, so that's 7.
You don't see it.
Sharpening too furiously.
Sharpen. Well, anyway.
Is it sharp enough?
Should I
Yeah.
attempt a perception then?
You can't.
I can't.
It's not in your distance of vision.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so that's your watch. Let's roll to see if anything weird happens during it. And the weird things that don't happen, definitely not.
The weird things that don't happen.
Yeah, it seems pretty good. Nothing happens. It's A-okay. You don't hear any disturbances. Well, not many. And, and it's normal sounds. And the little hissy sound.
Normal sounds of Warren snoring off in his corner.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Why you judge him?
I can't help it when old age is a factor.
It's like, Warren, I can't hear the creeping monsters with your snoring like that!
You'll just have to deal with it. He's like, I don't snore because he's never heard himself. Like, I would know. I snore. I don't snore.
Alright, I guess I'll wake up the next person in line.
Yep.
That'll be me, I think.
All right.
Alright, glowy boy.
Okay. I'm up.
you're up.
Yep. I just wake up.
Yeah? Anything you want to do on your shift, which is a few hours?
I'll just stay here.
All right. Okay. See, things seem pretty calm.
Nice.
And since you're not doing a long shift, it's you don't have to roll for Constitution to stay awake.
Okay.
And yeah, you can make a perception check if you want.
I will. And that would be perception.
Nothing speaks to me.
Let's see. 17.
All right, that's good enough. You're aware that someone's moving around very quietly around the edge of your camp. And then they move around somewhere else, and then somewhere else.
Could I see who it was?
Do you have dark vision?
I actually don't know. Probably not. I don't think I do.
I think Genasi can get that if they're fire Genasi. It's like
Yeah.
a buff.
Oh yeah, the red dark vision.
Yeah, so unfortunately you can't figure out where they are or who they are or what's going on all the way. But you do know someone's moved around a lot at night.
Does it seem like a person?
Yeah. You heard the soft snap of twigs and the crunch of the peat, which is hard to muffle.
Ruby call out to him.
Let's see. What does the Merch of Stone do?
It lets you, I think, hide into the stone and wait and hear things, but you can't see. You can emerge whenever you're like, wow, surprise. It's kind of like an ambush technique.
Yeah.
It's like digging the perfect hole, but you are the stone.
Let's see, what is it that I can do? Come on. Come here. Where are you? I kind of want to follow him. I'm gonna sneak behind him.
You can try. Try a survival check,
Oh.
because that's tracking.
Survival? 19.
Ooh.
Pretty good, pretty good. Not good enough.
Oh. Interesting.
You managed to follow steps, but you're following too many different directions. All sorts of footsteps, occasionally an actual footprint of some kind. It's hard to make out. Very quiet, very soft steps. And, well, they seem to come from all over the place, so tracking just is impossible. Or at the very least, they're much better at hiding than you are at tracking, and that's really weird.
Yeah. Are we, let's see, are we still in that, like, ash forest thing?
Kind of, yeah. You're in a pocket that's pretty secure. There's a
Okay.
big old mountain hill next to you that's kind of got a cliff and an overhang for shelter. And there's a little pond where the fish is collapsed.
Okay. Well, I'll just let him go. See if he comes back.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Well,
You will inform the rest of the party, I hope.
we'll see. Now, that's the rest of your watch. Nothing else
Okay.
seems to happen. And
Okay.
who's next? The fish, maybe?
Just him.
Oh, just the fish is sleeping. Oh.
You're
already
last,
asleep.
right?
Right, I am
Is
last.
he
Ooh.
going?
I was asleep when you guys started deciding who's taking the watch.
This is fair.
Nice.
All right, it's your watch.
All right,
The
I get
darkest
up.
part of the night.
Yes.
Or more early morning, depending on who you ask.
So, what I do at the beginning of the watch is I start ritualistically cleaning my weapons in blood, and thus cast Crimson Rite on them,
All right.
on both of them.
Excellent.
My my max health will decrease by 2d6 real quick.
Farewell,
5.
guys. Farewell. Excellent. Interesting. So you, as you keep your watch and clean your weapons and all that, you have time to clean them and prepare them with your special blood rituals. After a while, you begin to hear noticeable steps. There's more than one. There's quite a few. They're not super sneaky.
And I can't see them directly, right?
Nope. They don't seem to be in their little alcove. They do seem to be nearby.
So it's like an ashy forest that like all the trees have been burned, right?
Some of them. These ones tend to not burn. They're in a sort of safe place where the fire doesn't normally reach, which is why you rested here. You guys found a good spot.
I wish to track these foes,
All right.
potential foes.
You can roll survival.
Are they Fey, Fiend, or Undead? Because I get advantage on those.
No.
Okay. That'll be a 22.
Okay. That's good enough. You were able to follow some footprints and sounds, a soft yip and an occasional bark. And you managed to eventually get the wind of what these might be, and they seem sort of dog-like, wolfish in behavior.
Perhaps wild dogs.
Indeed. Yeah, they're just sniffing around and barking. They don't seem to have found your camp. But you could perhaps try to engage them or find out more about them.
I would like to find out more about them.
All right, you can roll like nature or something. Yeah, nature's good.
Nice. That'll be a 6.
It's not very good. You know they're dog-like things, and they make noises, and they probably bleed, and you know. That's about all you know, really.
How many of them are
You know that there are more than 3.
there? More than 3.
Yes, that's your 6's value. There are more than 3.
I can take them.
All right.
All right. Let's see. How far away from camp are we? Are they?
About half a mile.
Okay. It's quite a ways. Well, I don't want to lose their scent, so I think I will engage with them.
Okay. If you want to get closer to make a sneak attack, you'll have to roll stealth.
Fair enough. $16.
Okay. All right. And okay. Now you
Battle music.
move up to make an attack. What are you going to attack with? To determine how close you have to get.
Okay. I think I'll start out with the hand crossbow.
Excellent. So that's what, 30 feet? Or you can do it later, but that's disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? Disadvantage or 30 foot?
Let's risk it. 30 feet.
Okay. You sneak up. They don't catch your sound of your boots, and you can make your shot. Roll a hit with advantage.
That'll only be an 11.
Okay. Well, let me check. They're monstrosities. Large monstrosities.
Monsters.
Yeah, that's what you sensed. What do you know? That doesn't hit.
Okay.
You take a shot, and fortunately for you, while they can see in the dark, they cannot hear direction of hand crossbow very well. So they're alert now. But they're not sure what happened. They're like, bark, bark.
Can I make extra attack?
You can. This one could also be a surprise because you didn't fail hard enough to give away your location.
That will be a 22.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
So it'll be 9 damage.
There we go. Alright, they take 9 damage, and this one is moderately hurt. It looks like you've landed a pretty solid blow that it wouldn't have appreciated. It lets out a loud yip, and a couple of them let out this kind of gross howl.
Do they bleed?
They do bleed.
That's good.
They also gurgle when they howl a bit. It's gross. And, yeah, they seem to know where you are now. They kind of like, oh, it was there. And the injured one kind of like limps to the back a bit and kind of hides behind the others as they begin to sort of fan out in that direction. And since you're within 30 feet, they'll make an attempt to find you. They don't find you this turn. However, next turn, they'll have you surrounded. They have kind of isolated your zone. They're kind of like searching.
It's unfortunate for them.
Yep.
How many of them are there?
To your senses, there are 5.
Oh, it was nice knowing you, kid.
I rolled a perception check to see if I could hear the yip in my sleep from so far away, but I rolled
What's
a
your
1.
passive perception?
I rolled a failure, but my
It doesn't
passive
matter your roll. It's
my,
passive when
my
you're
passive
asleep.
is 12.
Okay. Let me roll to see if it carries. It carries.
I would wake up then.
All right, you two are up.
Wait, passive perception or insight?
Passive
Passive
perception.
perception.
16?
Yeah, you can wake up.
Oh, what was
What's
that?
passive perception again?
10 plus
Well, that's
perception.
10 plus your perception. So you wake up as well.
13.
It's pretty loud. It's quite gross, and there's multiple, so it's hard not to wake up.
Shoot, they're coming after us!
I know the sound of a monstrosity. I'm going.
Oh, shoot.
Torch! Here we go!
Dyke wakes up and kind of gets up, and he's just like, "Why is somebody howling?"
How far away is it?
It's half a mile. In game terms, you guys will be able to run there, like by dashing, after about 3 turns.
Even if my movement speed is 45 feet.
Okay, you'll get there in 2.
Okay.
So you'll get there first.
What's my
BD
dog
monk.
speed?
Your dog's speed?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up Mastiff. Here we go. Mastiff speed is 40 feet.
Holy
So you
shit.
can get there in 2 turns if you ride him.
Alright, yeah, come on, Barnabas, let's go.
Alright. Beck seems very quick. You're aware that your doggo friends are actually very fast and have a natural speed of 35. But only Beck seems to be there. You can't find Ta. Ta's gone.
Oh dear.
But yes, now you guys are going to make your runs and you'll get there in 2 turns. And I'll just create a tick countdown for them. All right, back to your turn. You get another turn, and
Okay.
then they move.
All right. Right. I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Good call.
So I gain 5 temporary hit points, and if someone hits me,
They take cold
5.
damage. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, as a bonus action, I'll cast Hex on the closest one.
Excellent. All right. Do they have to make a save?
Nope. I place a curse on that creature. Until the spell ends, I deal an extra 1d6 necrotic to it.
All right. Sounds good. You have cast one with a spell and it didn't like it. It like hackles, but it doesn't actually know what happened. It's just kind of like, oh, I feel bad. All right. So that's your turn.
Yeah, action and bonus.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
This is their turn, and then there will be 1 turn until allies arrive. So, they're gonna make their check. They find you, snarling and spitting. One of them finds you first. The others just now know where you are.
I see.
But he'll make his attack because he has dark vision. I don't know if you do or not. I think you might.
I have no idea if Kalishtar have dark vision.
Probably not then. Okay, so what's your AC?
16.
Okay, he misses. He lets out this hideous snapping bite, and you notice this creature, while it's vaguely dog-like and wolf-like, it also looks twisted and warped and gross. And it seems to drip blood occasionally from its gross teeth.
I see.
And yeah, it just makes a missed attack. So I guess if you ever punish for missing attacks.
No.
But that's their turn, because that's how combat works. There's one turn till allies show up. Your turn again.
Wait, while I'm running, can I cast my astral self?
Yes, you can cast things while running.
Okay. I'll use 3 of my key points
The key to success.
to add astral arms and a visage. So,
Alright, so you're going all out.
so I have glowy astral giant arms and a
Buff
fa- and a
Fishman,
face.
mental arms. Do. Alright. Now, so you're all buffed. And anybody else gonna do something while they run?
I'm gonna put the one ring on the finger.
I don't think it's the one ring, but whatever.
That's what I'm calling
You
it.
put your ring on. Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember what it does exactly, just in case I forgot? Because I
Yes.
did.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to find the stats on it, but I don't seem to have them. But I knew it had something with boosting invisibility. Like it was,
Oh, yeah,
It was an invisibility ring, but the exact specs of what it does I did not write down, because I don't think you gave them to me.
A ring of lesser invisibility, probably.
I paid a lot of gold for that ring. It better be more than lesser.
You do realize lesser can also be things that eat souls. So, treat it with that in mind. I'm gonna go to rings and... It can be a ring of invisibility. Why not?
Okay, what are the stats on it?
Oh, it just means while you wear it, you can turn invisible as an action.
Is it like... So, does that mean like, what is it, enemies or something like that have to have certain...
It just means you get advantage because they don't see you.
Yeah, and I would assume that any attacks would.
So you get advantage on stealth, you get advantage on attacks, but when you attack, you're revealed until you take another action to be invisible. That's its... So yeah, so it's not too broken. But it lets you disappear entirely.
Okay.
So things that can't smell you might have trouble, but these might be able to smell you.
So, the one who came close to me and attacked me
Yes.
is the one that's hexed, right? Because it was the closest
It
one
is.
before.
It is your hexed
Good.
battle person.
I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade.
Okay. Roll the hit, because you have to roll to attack it.
Yes. So that is a 26.
Excellent. That definitely hits.
All right.
That's
So
almost a nat 20.
so close.
26.
So
Oh boy. Its AC is not 20, that's for sure.
11, 14, and then
Okay.
17 plus 5, 22 damage.
You almost kill it. You slash this thing with this massive cut, and it's basically bloodied, and it just lets out this shriek
Takes lots of magical
and leaps
fire
back
damage.
as far as it can as a reaction, which is quite far. It's about 15 feet.
Are there any other beasts near it? 'Cause-
There was,
'cause
so
then-
it's going to take the green flame blade
yeah,
damage.
the
which-
flame jumps to the second creature,
Yeah.
and it will take 18 damage.
So one of them lights on fire and just starts running around, burning in this greenish darkness.
And then, because of Cthulhu Dad, I can make an attack as my bonus action when I cast a cantrip.
You can.
So I will use my crossbow to shoot at the one that is almost dead.
All right. Roll the hit.
That will be a 14.
That'll hit.
All right. So then that is 9 damage.
Okay. That's dead. The one that you cut earlier.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's dead. He drops a crossbow bolt, probably in the neck or face.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from here.
If it helps, my crossbow has lightning damage.
Oh, he's dead anyway. But now he's like got that gross charred lightning
Crispy
smell.
dead.
And then
Ugh.
I can move the hex to the next one.
He's
Oh,
lightning.
so this will go to the one that got burned.
Yeah.
Is running around. Oh, that poor dog.
That's my turn.
All right. Well, all the others seem to know where you are. By very much so now.
Lightning and fire
So
everywhere.
you're gonna have to.
1 down, 4 to go.
Okay, here we go. So they're going to hit you. There's too many to dodge all of these
Yeah.
hideous wolf monsters. So I guess I'm just going to roll hits.
Okay.
You're gonna take 3 because you are aware now that there's actually 9.
Okay.
And
So
those aren't the ones you've injured or killed that are
Oh.
making the attacks. And they're going to get 2 hits off on you because they're good but not that good.
Okay. So how much was each?
And okay, so you're taking about 13 damage.
How much was the first one? Because it matters for cold damage.
Yeah, that one was about 9.
Okay, so both of them will take 5 cold damage.
Okay. So they will take 5 damage. I will write that down. 5. There we go. So they're kind of chilly, and it's like, oh, gross. He's cold.
Yep, they broke my frozen armor.
Yeah, but now you're surrounded by snapping, angry, large wolves of death. Spooky. Yeah, that's their turn, and now this is turn 0 for reinforcements. So Berl and you both arrive, and anybody else who's fast, which I don't think is you two.
Not us.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys to roll initiative now, everybody, including the people who aren't there, so that we can know what turn you're going to take when we get there.
I believe that's a 21.
12.
Okay.
15.
4.
8.
Okay. So, thank goodness that's a lot of numbers.
So, Berl,
Who's next?
Kappa,
Yeah, but what'd you roll?
15.
Okay.
What'd you
12 for me.
12.
Okay. And
I go
what
last.
is your name?
Oh, Korratosh.
Korratosh, that's the one.
McAllish.
And then 8 for Warren and 4 for.
We're just rolling
His
so
name
well
is a
today.
Fine warrior.
And what's your name again, Janasa?
Fine hunter.
Clay.
Clay, I
With a
remember
C.
that. Yeah. Okay.
We are built of the scalps of all the monsters you have destroyed.
No. They must
Cool.
be burned. There must be no
Um,
trace of monsters upon this earth.
Oh goodness.
Excellent.
No trophies for you.
So, Berl will make the first move during this
Alright.
turn because she's got the highest roll.
Now, do I need to? Am I already stealthing, or do I need to roll for that?
You're stealth. You're invisible and you're coming from surprise.
You just see a bunch of
No, no.
lightning and fire leaping from.
Yeah, you have an extremely flaming giant wolf and a whole bunch of others biting and snapping and crossbow sounds. and
Okay, which
it's
one
pretty
appears? Which one is the most dangerous? Like the biggest threat out of all these?
You
guys?
can roll for that with investigation.
Ah. Well, that was a 3 base.
They're all really big and scary. You have no idea.
All right,
They're all the threat.
I guess we'll just go to the closest one. Now, if I use my stealth dagger, which does not notify the enemy that they've been attacked until the following turn, would that still, what's it called with the ring when I use it the first time?
It will still make you visible, but the enemy will not be alerted that it was stabbed. So you don't get disadvantage on being stealth still, because it may not notice that you're there.
Let's
So
pick
you're
off.
not-
Let's
so
pick
you're
off
not magically
one.
invisible, but you can still be stealth.
Yeah, well, you came from behind, it doesn't know you hit him, so if it rolls really well or you roll really poorly for stealth, which you'll have to, then you might be able to still hide.
Okay.
And there's no disadvantage, because if you get stabbed, you normally know where it is.
Right. Well, let me find one of the ones that's the furthest away from all the others?
There's one that's on fire and is running around. There's also one that's hiding and has been shot once, but it's mostly grumpy. It doesn't seem like it's that injured. The flaming one seems the most injured.
Okay, well I don't
Can
want
It is
I-
also the most likely to see you if you hit it, because it's running
Do I
around.
notice that they come
Yeah.
here?
Not yet.
Oh.
Mainly because Berl's already invisible,
Yeah.
and it's in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go for the grumpy one then.
Alright,
Sneak up behind that one and
roll the hit.
stab him. Never remember what the heck I'm adding to this.
Well, it's finesse, so dex, plus your proficiency to hit.
Dex modifier plus.
And then if you roll damage, you'll just use dex and your damage die.
Alright, we'll make that a dirty 20 then.
Oh, dirty 20. Not bad. You hit. Roll
Yay.
damage.
Okay, and because I'm stealthing, it's going to be the right dice here. We get the standard of 3 plus 6 makes 9 plus 46s for stealth damage.
Yep.
Makes
This is what rogues are for.
10, 13 plus whatever I had before 9, so 21.
Okay. Yeah, it takes 21 damage and is unaware of it.
Cool. Not dead yet?
What's your investigation bonus?
Which one was she attacking?
The grumpy one.
The one that had been hit and was hiding but wasn't really that injured. It was like a tiny bit.
Yeah, the first one. Right.
Yeah, the first one you shot.
My investigation's a 1 bonus.
Okay. Well, you got a pretty solid slash into a vital kind of point. So when it realizes it's hit, it might actually go down. You're not entirely sure, but you can probably guess that it's gonna hurt. It took a lot of damage, and it's going to be at least bloody, is what you know.
And then if I use my reaction
Yep.
to where is that? Cunning action to use
Well,
my
that's just free. Yeah, you can do that once per turn.
bonus action to hide again.
You don't even. You could use another bonus action because this is just another bonus action. You get as just an extra thing. So if you had another bonus action you want to take, you can do that as well.
I thought cunning action
Move away.
just meant that you could do it as a bonus
Nope.
action.
I read it up. I was wrong.
So cunning action is just a freebie, like
It's just a freebie. You can always get that. So you can always dash as a rogue and still attack. It's gross.
okay. Well, yeah. I
Rogues
guess
are good.
I'll cunning action to hide, and then I'll run away and find another unsuspecting.
Okay. Yeah. There's one that's on fire, and the rest are all
We're still gonna
trying to nom this
we're going
interesting
to
friend that you've made.
avoid the fire one. We'll go to one of the others.
Okay. Well, as you do, you are aware that there are actually 13.
13 of them?
Yeah, there are 13.
What did you do?
And those are the ones that are still up and growling.
Oh, lovely. Okay, we gotta get out of here.
Okay. Now, that's your turn. It is now...
I didn't know they came in swarms.
You are gonna get us all killed. You're worse than Grog.
Okay, let me
Grog
just
had to go
check.
smash everything. You gotta go kill everything.
That's about the same thing, just one is
I think they
bleeding.
were coming for us anyway.
Only the evil.
They were trying to find us, but they haven't found us yet. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go
All
start
right.
a fight with a whole swarm of them. Let's go poke in the beehive
One of them drops and dies,
with a flaming stick."
just quietly. Just one of them just collapses.
Nice.
And yeah, that's what you guys who are nearby, which is you three, see vaguely, but it doesn't stand out much. And now the wolves are going to try to eat you. And they're going to hit you once. Because there's a lot of them, and there are still 12. They're going to do 13 damage. And that's their turn. Now it's Kappa. Fish, moment, fish.
So there's 13
Yep.
wolves.
There are 12.
12 wolves. 12 wolves now.
One is on fire.
One's on fire, one's stabbed, one's going to die,
The flaming one's
and then
mine.
one has already just
By the way,
collapsed.
the astral visage that I have on
Yeah.
means I have advantage on intimidation and insight, and I can see 120 feet of magical vision.
Yeah, so you have perfect vision.
So-
and you're also now aware that Ta is there. And is hiding basically in the corpse of the wolf she killed.
Okay. Okay, so we got a couple of us here. All right. Well, I think this is pretty cut and dry. That I just need to run in and start bouncing around and pummeling people.
What you do, man?
Yeah.
It's your choice. This is your
Okay,
life.
so I've got these 10-foot arm
Yeah.
reach.
You have this
from
massive muscle length.
the astral arms that I
Yeah.
have going on.
So the way this
So-
looks is there's these almost ethereal-looking, huge, lightly glowing arms that are visible to everyone here, and they are just around this fish thing, like this huge buff torso.
I figure it like a fish within another fish.
Yeah, kind of. It looks like there's just a really muscular fish man
Spiritual
around a
mecha
fish man.
Yeah.
It's the Koizilla from Avatar.
Right.
You're inside.
It's my
it.
stand, is what it is. You know?
You're not
basically,
wrong. That's why they made
basically, I made a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure character.
it. Who's a
That's what it
fish.
is.
Fish man.
A fish one. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm gonna route to the nearest one,
Okay.
but obviously like 10 feet away. So,
Okay.
is it by itself or is it like?
Yeah, the next one, well, it's in line with the others. Since you are stealthing, you won't get a surprise round because it can hear you coming.
Yeah, I'm not stealthing.
All right, you run up and the wolf turns and it gives you a look.
Ain't nobody
You're
got time.
approaching me?
Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so I'm gonna use one of my key points and and use flurry of blows.
All right.
So I have 4 unarmed strikes.
Yeah, roll the hit 4 times.
Okay. Actually, wait 1 sec. I think the arms give me extra attacks too.
Oh, I think they do. I think it's at least 2. So I think it's going to be 6. Ugh.
1 sec.
What?
Yes, and that's exactly what else happened, except it would be more fishy. Sorry, I gotta grab
That's
this
what
real
fish
quick.
sounds like.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Yeah, arms. Okay.
Just fish noises aggressively. I know
Okay.
some fish can hiss, but that just does not sound very funny.
Yep. Immediately after you
Some
use the
can
attack
scream.
action with your astral arms on your turn, you can make 1 extra attack with your astral arms. Bonus action. Okay.
Yeah, to be
Cool.
fair, most fish just whistle.
Okay. So I'm gonna get 1, 2 plus the extra 3.
Really low.
So
whistle.
it's 5 attacks.
Unless
Cool.
it's
So roll 5 times.
a
Okay.
blarney fish, then it screams.
Kiss the blarney fish.
18, 16,
Okay.
Scream, scream, scream.
24,
Okay.
14,
Those are just
Okay.
beautifully like.
10.
All right. So you hit 4 times.
Okay. And then they're gonna do. Should I roll for each one individually for damage?
Just roll damage and deal it all. That's
Okay.
the rules in the DM's guide. So you just universally deal the damage you roll.
10, so 40 damage.
Well, you punch this one into the ground and just repeatedly smack it, and it dies. This warg is dead, so now there's 11 that are active.
Okay,
Nice.
sounds good.
Yeah. You just punched out this
Kill.
huge, like,
Extreme prejudice.
10-foot wolf.
Okay. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's your turn?
Well.
Anything else you want to do? I mean, you did a lot of punching with your bonus action.
Well, no, I didn't use any bonus actions.
Oh, really? That's gross.
Well, just like extra attacks.
Just regular action.
Monks on by default already get 2 attacks
This is true.
at a certain level, and then the arms are just extra attacks.
Mhm.
So for the bonus action, I'm going to use a 5th key point. So that's 5 for my key points, and I'm going to use patient defense. So I'm going to take as a bonus action. I'm going to dodge.
All right. So you're dodging. This is good because a couple wolves are just like, "Who are you?"
That's what I assumed. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's your turn. Korratosh, back to you.
Do they use weapons?
They have natural weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they seem to universally prefer to eat you with their teeth.
So orcs are basically just big wolves, right? That's basically what we're.
Kind of. They're monstrous.
I'm
They're
just picturing,
monstrosities,
like,
so they're like
the
wolves,
Hobbit.
but wrong in every possible way.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Alright.
They're kind of like the Lord of the Rings ones, but a little grosser and a little weirder.
Is the hexed one that's on fire close to enough to
Not
make a-
anymore, as its reaction, it did move away.
Right.
But it could be walked to if you're willing to go and get opportunity attacks.
I don't think I will.
Okay.
I think I don't like it, so I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade again.
All right. Roll the hit.
Green Fire is fun. And attack the one in front of me.
That seemed to work last time pretty well.
14.
All right, that'll hit.
Alright. So the guy in front of me will take. 12, 24.
Yeah, that one's brutally mauled, and there's one in range of its jump. So
Okay.
you can roll for the jump damage.
18 again.
Okay, yeah, there's another one that's on fire and is really upset with it. So that's kind of like a 9. Okay.
I feel bad every time your dog
And then-
comes hurrying over.
So
when
there
I
are 9 full
reach
health,
into
and
the
there's
M&Ms
2
because
that
it
are
probably
burning.
sounds a lot
And
like
then I will
things
use
that
my
she
crossbow to shoot the one that's trying
she
to run away.
eagerly
with
comes on
hex
over.
on it.
Those are not.
Oh, ouch. That's an 8.
That misses.
Unfortunate.
You take a blind shot in the dark and it's gone.
Alright.
For convenience sake, instead of forcing disadvantage, when I calculate, I've just been using -5 for pure darkness for people who can't see.
See.
Which is, you know, about the same. It's what the DM's guide says. Hey, if things are rough, just do that. So that's what I'm doing.
Sounds
Warren.
good to me.
It's Warren's turn. What are you gonna do, grumpy old man?
Oh, I'm gonna kill all of the things.
Yeah, they're
I have a torch.
monstrosities. Well,
I have a torch
You
and I
don't
can-
hate monstrosities. You hate aberrations.
I do hate monstrosities. I
do you?
apparently misspoke because that's what's written down here.
Oh, good. Good.
We all hate
Okay.
monsters.
I stab my torch into the ground so that I have my hands free, and immediately pull out the grimoire, which I ironically have because I befriended a monstrosity.
Indeed.
And from the grimoire, I immediately use Eldritch Blast. I didn't write down what level of spell this is. I assume
It's
like
a cantrip.
Yeah, it
Okay.
just it
It's
matters
free.
on your level.
okay.
Yeah,
Very
so you're gonna do like 2 blasts of doom.
It's 2 beams,
I am, yes. And I don't know if I get proficiency with it because it's from a grimoire.
You don't need it.
Okay. To hit, I rolled a 15, and if I do get my proficiency, I can add that.
Well, you'll hit. So roll damage, and it's 2d10. Unless you wanted to do a d10 to something else. You could hit 2 of them for 1d10.
I'm going to strike Hunter's Mark. I'm going to cast that.
Okay.
Gives
do
me an
that
extra-
before, so it'll give you a bonus.
Yes. And then I rolled a 9 and a 6, so that's 15 damage for the first attack.
Okay.
And for the second attack, I pulled out the bow, but I only rolled a 5 to hit. Oh, with proficiency?
Okay.
Okay, so
You do
11.
get an extra attack, so this is fair.
Okay, got 11?
Yeah, so how much damage is that total? It's 26?
No, to hit a different creature with the bow.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
rolled
you
an
can.
11?
You cannot hit. You miss.
Darn it.
Flies off into the distance.
All right.
Darkness still exists. It's dark.
Cat also attacks.
You have a torch, though, so you didn't get a minus. You just missed.
Okay. Cat also attacks,
The cat can attack because you're a ranger and it's broken.
and he got 21,
Yeah, cat hits.
and he did 5 damage.
Dang. Cat got swallowed. Cat's been working out, hitting the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 5 damage. There's a very grumpy warg. The cat and you are now fighting with, and it's bloodied.
Nice.
Yeah, is that your turn?
All right, we're done.
Cool. Now, Clay, make your move.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. Fairy Fire on all of the creatures.
That's a fun idea.
So any creature in the area when the spell is cast is outlined in light if it fails the dexterity saving throw.
Right, and what's the save throw?
16.
Okay. And how much of a radius is that?
It's a 10-foot radius, and pretty
Okay.
much anyone in direct line of sight can see him.
Okay, so about 6 of them are lit up and can be easily seen.
And any attack roll made against them
Yeah, it gets advantage.
will get advantage.
Yep. So 6 are marked. Okay, so there's 2 that are totally unmarked. Okay. 3 injured, 6 marked, 2 fine. Goodness, that's hard to keep track of. Anything else you want to do?
That's a lot, yeah.
That's my turn.
All right. Back to Berl.
Oh boy.
Well, actually, it would be
More
if
of them
Beck
are on
wasn't moving
fire.
last. I forgot Beck existed.
Yeah.
All right, Beck. All right. That's pretty good. He goes up and he's going to hit one with a longsword. And it's going to hit pretty darn well. Yep. And he does 14 damage to it, so he bloodies another one. That's 4. And so that's 1. Okay, cool. There's 1 that's untouched.
Alright, well, Bear's gonna target that one. I'm gonna sneak
Alright.
up to it. That's an 18 base.
Yeah, you're going to hit.
Alright.
You've nullified the darkness now, completely, basically. Everything's either marked or on fire, so
Half of it's green fire.
yeah.
Does 20 damage.
20?
With,
Alright, he's bloodied.
with the sword, or the stealth dagger.
Yeah, and so, yeah, the one you hit died during its last turn.
Sweet.
But this one will also die, which means that there are... Yeah, there's just 5 and 6.
Alright, and then
There's no healthy ones left. Everything has been marked or is on fire.
I'll just cunning
Bleeding to death.
action to hide again and back away.
Alright, you can do it.
Done and
Nothing
done.
to disengage with if it's going to die and it doesn't know you're there. All right. So that's Berl's turn. Your dog is just like, all right, because you forgot.
Oh, sorry, Bronx.
You can't use your dog if you forget it's there.
I mean, I knew he was there. I just wasn't thinking to use him.
All right. Well, the bitey dogs will make an attempt to bite, and now they're
Bitey
spread out.
dogs.
So I have to roll for each of them now. All right.
Oh,
So one's gonna try to bite Warren.
the last one I attack is marked with a brand or whatever, and if he attacks me, then he takes 5 damage.
Yeah. Well, okay. One of them takes 5 damage and is a bit more injured than normal. He's not dead, but he's almost. Seems like these creatures don't know fear. This one tries to make a nom on Warren and hits because I know your AC is not greater than 17.
No.
Plus, whoever knows how much. So you take 13.
Ow.
They've rolled that a lot. It's very convenient.
'Tis, yes. Alright.
Your cat barely managed the biting and did not get you. So good
Glad
cat.
for that.
And yeah. The wargs try a lot of biting, but they just did not hit people. Like I rolled for them, they did not.
Oh, we hit a couple.
I'm just saying they rolled like 6 misses. Anyway, so now it's Kappa's turn. Kappa with your buff spirit arms.
Okay, I am going to pound the nearest one that looks healthy.
Alright. It's marked. You have advantage to hit it.
Okay. So 5 attacks. And
Yep. With advantage.
there's a nat 20.
Okay.
15 plus 4, so 19. Nat 20.
Okay.
16.
Okay. This is your individual attacks. You can hit them. other ones
11.
as well.
Is that it?
Yeah,
That's 5? Okay. So,
Yeah, so 4 of those will hit and 2 are nat 20s.
yes.
You can roll damage.
Okay.
You know, double. Well, yeah, double damage.
Double for 2 of them.
The first and third one,
Yeah.
if that helps.
All right, so it's the damage normally is going to be 8, and my plus my dex, which is 4, so it's 12. But then the ones that are double are
40.
20 or 20.
20. Oh, okay,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
40
20.
plus 24, so 64 damage.
Okay, yeah. So you can kill 2 of them in one turn because you roll 2 natural 20s. How does that look?
Just a flurry of flailing around with giant astral arms.
Giant fish arms.
Just
giant
flailing
spirit-
at everything that's
Giant
moving.
magic spirit fish arms that just beat the snot out of 2 wolves
Just-
and they're dead.
The collective anger of all of the injustices my ancestors have suffered
Wait,
manifest through me.
it's like the defective massage robot in Wall-E when they let him go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like
Just-
that. It's terrifying.
Like I said, the collective.
Okay, so that's 2 left
Anger of all
that
of my
are not
ancestors
alive.
smashed.
So there's
I don't think the warg have been eating your people.
Yeah, but it's just kind of
it's pent up.
Yeah. Rage just doesn't manifest just against the person that created it. Right?
It's against all
just a-
landwalkers,
it's-
too.
Sometimes you just lash out. In this case, it's just
All
I
right.
respect this.
Well, that's Kappa's turn.
I just
think.
might start multi-class.
Are you gonna do
level
anything else?
As a barbarian or something. What?
Are you gonna do anything else?
So many.
No, that's. I mean,
So many.
I don't think I didn't really get anything through the use of dodging last time, so I'll just let it go.
They missed anyway.
Yeah.
So your dodge was like
So it's
the
like-
most easy dodge.
Just takes one step back.
Just,
You didn't
Yeah.
even move and it missed.
how many are left?
There are 9.
There are nine
5
left.
5 are bloodied and very injured, and 4 are illuminated and easily hit.
Is there one that looks really injured or bloody next
There
to
are
me?
5 that look very injured, and 1 is close enough that you could walk to it.
Can I try to intimidate it using my imposing visage?
Yes, you can. Roll intimidation.
Because I have advantage on
Yeah,
intimidation
you have
checks.
advantage.
I just want to terrify it away, scare it away.
All right.
After I just bludgeon 2 of them.
All right. Well, normally it's resistant to fear, but since it's got double advantage, because, well,
Oh, they were both terrible
so
rolls
now,
anyway.
yeah, what's your best?
4. That was with
that
advantage.
Is that pleasure thing?
I have +0 on intimidation.
Oh.
So it was just 2 rolls, and one was a 3, one was a 4.
Yeah, it's not very scared, but it, for a moment, it, you and it lock eyes, and it's just it was watching what you did. So at least there's that.
I'd imagine a fish is probably not a very.
It's more
intimidating
confused
thing.
than afraid. Yeah, so Korratosh.
I don't know, man. The
I want to
protagonist
get to the
from
one that's running away.
The Shadow over Innsmouth was apparently
All right.
terrified of fish.
I will cut down the ones that are in the way.
All right.
I will make an attack with my flaming longsword. It's going to be a good sign. That's a 26.
That'll hit.
All right, cool. So that's that. That. 12 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that one will. One of the ones next to you takes a lot of damage.
All right, and then I will use my extra attack to hit it again.
Okay. Roll the hit.
So that's a 24. And 8 more damage.
Yeah, that one's almost dead, and so there's another bloodied one. So there's 6 and 3 that
And
are
then
left.
crossbow at the one that ran away.
Okay. Roll the hit.
11.
Okay. That will not hit. This arrow goes and hits the dirt next to its feet, as it's just it's trying to keep out of your range. It doesn't look like it's actually leaving the battlefield. It's just keeping distance while it waits for a time.
I'm just yelling threats at it, like, I will burn you like the others, and something like that.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, is that your turn?
Find all of your children in bloody
Warren, it's your turn. You have a kindred spirit in this party now.
For now, I sure do. All right, I'm going to use as a bonus action. I'm going to summon the Lesser Najir this time.
Okay.
So a dice determines its size, but I don't know which dice.
Just give me a D6. Well, actually, you could do a D20. But know that unless you spend a spell slot, it's going to be, a diminutive creature.
Okay, that's alright. I rolled a 17.
Okay, you got a pretty large one. It's a 17-inch long Najir. Yeah, so you've got a little, Najir friend. And it arrives and it gives you a soft, little, almost words where it's just like, and it just kind of, wiggles a bit. It's happy.
Happy
be
to
here.
see me.
Yeah, it's also confused why it's night, because it's,
Yeah.
kind of sleepy looking, too.
I was gonna say, I don't know how active it's gonna be.
That's
They
fine.
do have trouble at night.
Alright, I rolled a 14 to hit with Eldritch Blast.
Oh, you're rolling to hit wolves now?
Yes.
Okay, that'll hit. Roll damage.
Alright, that's 10 damage from that one.
Excellent. You, yeah.
It's the same one that I attacked before.
Okay, and that one was injured. It's dead.
Excellent.
You drop that one with a blast of strange magic. There are 4
Fires out this
injured
grimoire
ones.
that's like,
Yeah, little grimoire.
and then for my other attack, I pull out my bow and fire for 14 as the attack roll.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright, and that's... Alright, so that's 15 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, you can hit another injured one. There's 3 injured that remain, including the one that's keeping its distance from me.
Alright. Cat attacks the injured one.
Which one? There's 3.
The one that I just hit with an arrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh. He gets my proficiency bonus. But he only rolled a 7. So, too bad.
He missed. He goes, and he paws at the feet and misses. Just like cats do. Is like, keep your distance. I got claws.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that,
And I imagine the Najir won't be attacking until next turn, so...
nope.
That's
yeah, I can't
Warren's-
attack till next turn because it's just like, I'm here. Why am I here? Confused.
Alright, that's Warren's turn.
All right, Clay, make your move.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on my club,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna attack one of the lit up wolves.
Yeah, roll the hit with advantage.
Oh
And
yeah.
You can use your wisdom now because it's Shillelagh. Wisdom is power for punching.
But-
For druids and monks.
Oh no, that was a natural one.
Ooh.
Well, you do have advantage.
That's true.
So if you roll another natural one, you're in trouble.
Okay. And it's plus my wisdom, plus
Yeah.
advantage. So yeah. 16 to hit.
Excellent, you hit.
Okay.
Roll damage.
That would be 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, you give one a firm smack on the noggin. Let that doggo know where his place is, or hers. It's hard to tell, it's night. But you gave one a firm hit, and that's what matters.
Yes.
Well, doesn't look like it's bloodied, but it is mad at you. Mostly, because you're the person who's hit it last. Alright. And,
And that's
now we
my
take
turn.
Beck's turn. Beck is going to try to assist you. Okay. He goes with the longsword. He hits, he rolls damage. It's pretty good. He does a bit more so the wolf, the work that you hit is bloodied now. That's another bloodied one, so there's 4 bloodied to 2 normal. For a first fight, this is going okay. It's not a too hard of one. It's mostly just to see how well you guys deal.
It's more of a numbers game. The
Yeah,
sheer
just to
volume
see how
of
it
them.
works. Now, let's see if... Nope. Okay.
How would you feel if you were fighting with these things on your own?
Alright, and
Exactly the same.
Berl, it's your turn.
Alright, how many are left standing?
4 are injured, 2 are glowing and easily hit. There's just a whole bunch of collapsed and probably dead.
I
It
can't
looks all over the place.
make two. So I
Can't make two what?
can't make 2 attacks. Like, so there's main attack, but I can't use like a bonus action to take another attack.
No, you can.
Can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Easy.
We'll go after one of them.
You just can't use the disengage dash one to that.
Gotcha.
That one's just a freebie on top of your others because, you know, the rules are like rogues should be great, and now they are.
So it's a 19 base.
Yep. And if you're attacking a non-injured one, you have advantage. Do you want to attack a non-injured one? They're pretty easy to move over and hit. It's not going to take any movement
Advantage with what? Like how much damage I do on it?
to hit.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we do that because I went ahead and rolled twice. Because when I'm invisible, you said something about there's an advantage on
Yep.
attack. But is that only for non-injured ones?
Well, you could have triple advantage if you attack a glowy one. I let triple advantage exist. Technically, it's like, oh, it stops at 2, but I'm like,
That's lame.
I'll
let's
do.
play big dice rollers here. Let's see if we can roll that ones on 5 dice. Let's go.
I'll do another advantage roll just to see if I can hit a 20, and I don't. So, yeah, we'll do one of the glowy ones.
Okay. All right.
I'll just use the normal sharp dagger this time, because if it's pretty much dead, I don't see much
Okay.
purpose
Finish
to
it.
stealth. Yeah.
Finish it. All right.
Alright, dice! Come on, open up bag.
You guys have great items. It's almost like you're seasoned adventurers. Skills,
It's
treasure.
going to be a 10, and if that doesn't kill it outright, I can put in my sneak attack damage.
Oh, well, he's not dead, so you're gonna have to sneak attack.
Alright.
I'm just gonna move him to the injured category because I know how many dice he will. Hopefully he doesn't die.
Well, 6 plus 4 plus 1.
Okay. So 11.
Yes.
That's correct.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not dead, but it's bloodied.
But that was the 11 plus the
It's where you're there, but it's also like,
10 that I did earlier?
yeah,
Okay.
it's very much bloodied. It's not dead, but it's close.
Okay, and now it notices that I'm here, so it's like, okay.
And he goes, what? It has that look of betrayal that only a dog can manage. Of just like, who are you and why?
Hi.
Yep. All right, Berl, is that your turn?
I guess I could do a cutting action and disengage from the thing.
Yep, you're disengaged. You're 5 feet away from it.
Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye.
All right, now it's their turn. Okay, it moves up and it's going to bite you.
Oh,
And it hits your AC, because I know your AC. It's going to roll damage on Berl. You're going to take 11 damage.
okay.
All right, there are...
Is he gonna take 5? The guy who I picked?
Well, this one hit her.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the one that's going to try to hit you, we'll see. One of them attacks you and misses, so no damage. One attacks Warren and hits.
Dang it.
Warren's going to take that damage because Warren's not a tank. Warren's going to take 10. No, not 10, 8. 8
Okay.
damage. It's not so bad. One's going to attack you and miss. And I guess one's going to attack you as well because there are 6 left and this is 6. How much AC do you have? Let me check.
17.
Yeah, you have 17. That will
Maybe looking kind
that
of
will
thick,
hit
though.
just barely. Do you want to do anything or you're just going to take it?
Take it.
Okay, you take how much? Okay, yeah, you take 9 damage. Yep. And that's the that's the warg's turn. Yeah. Now's your turn, fish friend. Kappa.
How many are left?
There are 6. 5 are bloodied. 1 is very bright. Technically, one of the bloodied ones is really bright too. So they're
Right.
easy to hit. You get advantage on the bright ones.
Yeah. I like
As
the
if you need it.
advantage ones. Yeah, I know. Well,
To be fair, most of the brightness just nullifies the darkness.
alright. Let's just keep thrashing away at the ones that are in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, punch.
Just wading through work bodies.
Yeah, I don't know how many I'm going to be able to punch through, so you're going to have to let me know, because
If you kill a creature and you roll well enough,
Okay.
I will let you cleave it and do the extra
Because otherwise
damage
we have to
the
roll
others.
one
Yeah.
attack or one attack. Okay.
I'm gonna let you cleave.
Alright, I'm just gonna flail at the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
Is it one of the glowing
is,
ones or not?
It is a glowing one, and it is injured.
Alright. So that is a 17. That is
Okay.
a 14.
Cool.
20. A 25.
Cool.
21.
Yeah, so we're almost
So
higher
it's
than
4.
13.
I actually was the lowest one.
The lowest one was the 7. No, it was the
I rolled a 6
6
plus 8. So
6 plus 8. So yeah, that's
14.
okay.
So, you hit them 5 times.
Okay.
So yeah, roll damage, and I'll just tell you how many you managed to kill or hit.
The fix is
Oh no. I rolled a 1, so 1 plus Dex, which is 4, so 5.
You actually hear a whisper on the wind, and it was exactly where to punch.
Okay.
And so you can roll your damage dice again.
Cool. Yeah, that one was not good. 5. That's 10 damage per hit.
Yeah, okay. You do 10 damage per hit,
damage.
so you can kill 3 of the injured ones if you want to. So you
I
just
want
punch,
to.
punch.
I just
All right.
want
So
to.
most of the middle
Just
ones are
whack 'em
dead.
all
There's
with
only 2
several
left.
of them.
One that's totally fine and
I
super
had a
bright.
bad
And
experience.
one that's hiding from you, or at least keeping you under watch. The others have been pounded into oblivion. Yeah.
Cool.
And the whisper on the wind is not some DM BS. That's Ta. You recognize the voice.
Okay. Oh, I'm also
She
going.
used the help action.
Yeah, I could have used an inspiration too.
Yeah, but I have to do something with the characters I've put in there.
Yeah, because it still would have done 25 damage.
And she was already planning to do a help action, but nobody else
Okay.
needed it.
Also, I'm going to use my bonus action for a key point to just use patient defense, so dodge again.
You're just
Just
like,
in case.
just in case you get lucky.
Just in
two.
case. I don't want to
Alright.
take 9 damage
So,
again. So.
now it is Korratosh. Korratosh, there's the
will
one
take
that's,
mine.
and there's nothing to stop you from chasing it now.
I will finish the hunt.
It is, you have to walk your full distance to get into range of it.
I will walk my full distance.
Okay, you're in range.
Time to kill it. So, 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And it's the one that's hexed, so more.
Yes.
Where did we then?
It is the one you have cursed for death.
And then.
Oh no!
16, 19. Yep, that's 19 damage.
It sure
fire.
is hurts. Let's see, how much life did that
Fire,
have?
necrotic, and slashing.
Yeah, if I calculate, yeah, it's dead. You can drop it. How do you want to do that?
So, I just want to behead it, and then stab the head into the ground so it burns.
Oof.
Both
brutal.
pieces burn.
You do, and it's got that gross smell, and its blood catches a bit too much fire as it sputters, but it doesn't actually like light anything. It just seems like it just weird fire.
All right. And so now we will go and crossbow the other one.
All right, you can roll the hit. It's in range of your attempt.
22.
Yeah, okay. It's also, you get advantage, so you can roll a journey in case you get a nat 20.
No.
Okay.
5 plus 2 is 7 damage.
Alright, you give it a firm hit. It is now not bloodied, but it's offended.
All right.
It's got an arrow in it, and it's just like howly, roaring, gross.
A lightning bolt arrow just.
Yeah, basically, just very offended dog.
And now I will shoot it again
Oh, okay.
for my third and last attack.
Interesting, okay.
And we will get a 23. That's really good.
That'll hit again, roll damage.
11 damage.
And now it's bloodied. And, yeah. It's mostly there. Now we go to Warren. Warren, There is an incredibly injured creature that you can see and is vibrantly lit up.
With lightning bolt arrows.
Are there any uninjured ones left?
No, they seem to have been cut down, and there's only like vaguely glowing corpses half all across this dark field.
Then I will finish the one with gusto.
Ooh,
I got a dirty 20 to hit it, and did
how much damage?
7 damage with one attack.
Yeah, it's dead. How do you want to kill it?
Arrow through the neck. With extreme
It
prejudice.
drops and finally goes silent. That's all of them. They're dead.
Cat rolls to pee on it.
Okay.
He only rolled a 2, so he misses or something. Probably.
No,
Instant injury.
the cat is too high class for such a low tier behavior.
Come on.
Unfortunately, that's how it is.
Warren pees on it then. Turned away from everybody else.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of in the middle, so like if you turn away, you're still facing everybody because it's sort of a circle.
Well, then he
You
guess he
flash
can't.
Berl.
This is sort of the
No,
awkward place to do
everybody
that.
can see it, then I
Kappa
can't
watches
do it
on
yet.
in.
There are
in
children
abject
present here, Warren.
Kappa's
Alright,
like,
so I can't
close
do it right
one of
now."
those.
I busily burn all of the bodies with my flaming longsword.
I'm upset because I didn't
Alright.
get to pee on them.
Why would you want to in the first place?
Green flame blade
them.
takes a while to burn, but it can.
No, my sword is just regularly burning.
Oh, that's true.
I can add extra green to it.
Oh,
if
I see.
want.
Green flavor fire.
But yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, you can burn the bodies.
Warren,
It'll take time.
Warren
About an
feels a
hour.
little better now.
Worth it.
No.
To cleanse the earth of these monsters.
Yeah, this counts as a short rest if you want.
Monsters, okay. Yeah. I'll just make a mental note to stay away from you.
A short rest then?
Yep. This can count as a short rest as you guys dispose of bodies and pack up your camp.
Beautiful.
Thank goodness, because I used all my key points in that one battle.
Okay.
You were having fun.
I was
That's what
having
matters.
fun.
We got 4 days. Okay.
So,
Okay.
just for clarity, I put 15 words against you guys, and they're CR 1/2. So that is an 8. About an 8 CR challenge.
Okay.
So, easily within your reach, but that should tell you just how dangerous things are going to get.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm trying to be honest with you because I don't want you guys to think that's how all your challenges are going to be. That's your entry challenge.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we can heal with our hit dice. Huh?
Yes. You can spend hit dice
I
to
haven't
heal.
used hit dice.
I'll wait till next rest.
How many hit dice do we get on a short rest today again?
You can use however many you
So you
want.
have
It'll be
9.
your level.
So we're level 9, so you have 9 hit dice that you can use between your next long rest.
Yep. And since it's kind of morning, unless you guys want to spend like the half a day.
So your hit dice is equal to the one you roll to get more HP. So like
Yeah.
mine's a D8 or whatever.
One should be D10.
Oh, a
And then you
D10?
and then
Oh.
you
Yeah,
add,
'cause
then
you're
you
a
add your
ranger.
constitution to it.
I thought I was D8 or something.
Yeah, you're a mixed fighter druid because you're a ranger, so you do D10.
Whenever I rest, my Crimson Right weapons reset, so I have to re-enchant them with fire and lightning respectively.
Yep, but you do.
And so I'll lose 2d6 of my max again, and that'll be 7 this time.
All right. And is that counting on the other 5 that you dropped when you woke up? Or do you just reset?
No,
from
it
max?
resets to
Okay,
max.
so you reset to 7 down.
Yeah.
Okay. A little worse, but not much. Makes sense. I'm just trying to keep track.
Yeah.
Excellent. But, yeah, that's the rest. Beck is trying to wake up.
And then in a very in a very late remembrance of the teachings of Bran, Warren kind of awkwardly prays off in a corner over their burning bodies.
This was a very non-brand action that was
Yeah.
taken by the
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 pee on
party's-
corpses.
the party's
is the correct
changed
thing to do.
It's very hard for him to reconcile these two.
There was absolutely
These
no
two
hugging of
urges.
the wargs. that occurred.
No,
Well, to be fair, these works were very unsensible.
There
I
were
don't know.
monstrosities, and that's very
Bran
hard
had
for me to deal
a
with.
certain way.
They
about
would
it.
have killed us if they were given the chance.
Darn right. But
That's
I
good.
mean, let their souls rest. And may they find the hug in the great beyond.
Yes.
Well, they were hugged. They were hugged by
Good job.
swords
Good job.
and flames.
I was just gonna go to
Arrows.
everybody and
The
just
warm
pat them
embrace of
and just be like,
fire.
good
Yeah,
job.
there you go.
And then goes the next person, good job. And that's what Ta does.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Everyone does good job.
Okay. Appreciate
Where were
it.
you?
She's
I was
alright.
around.
Okay.
She's sneaking
Scared
at me.
noise.
I like how everyone else has these
Pats
like
me.
magical items, and my magical item is the thing that allows me to exist.
Indeed.
So you guys do these cool effects, and I'm like, I can breathe air.
Do we
To be
have
fair, you can also breathe poison and anything else.
Oh,
You can
that's
breathe
good
in
to know.
any situation.
That's good to know.
Do we have any contingency plans if somebody like steals that from around your neck?
I just have to be in water every 4 hours otherwise, so
Okay.
Mm.
it's not the end of the world.
Fish friend,
but it
good
would put a
friend.
time limit on things, certainly.
Right. Okay.
Becca's curious. She's like, whoa, crazy necklace.
Yeah. By the way, the astral self lasts for 10 minutes, and I don't know how to turn it off, so.
Mm.
You're just sleeping.
Much
You just have an impressive torso and arms
I
behind
just
you.
might be
for-
sleeping with the
a
giant
while.
astral fish for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Man, when you were all those 20s, I was gonna just drop pillar men on people, but it didn't happen.
Yeah,
I might do it next time.
We should.
I
Next
didn't
time.
have it up.
I definitely though burned all of my key points in just the 3 rounds of battle that we did. So worth it though. Like the 50 damage was like, rah.
Oh yeah, you wrecked those.
Good to know we
So-
can do that.
Yeah, you guys are up. The fires are in the distance and don't seem to be coming your direction today. That's great.
All right.
Fantastic.
I like the
And,
smell of smoke that is farther away.
Yeah, it's easier to breathe.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun if we get too close.
Well, I can breathe anything right now, so.
Well, let's try to not get too
This is
close
true.
then.
Your little necklace purifies things as
That's
they get
good.
close to you, so you may breathe them.
Thank goodness.
So
'Cause I
now,
would die pretty quick.
so now it is morning, like it or not.
Yay.
Hmm.
Oh.
I guess we're gonna make breakfast.
Yep.
I'm making hash browns and eggs.
Nobody eat browns and eggs. They're really gross.
I mean, I assume that I brought some. I
If
assume
it's-
that those are the forms that my rush.
If it's any indicator of what your tea is like, I don't think I want any.
Yeah, that was a terrible roll last time.
Raspberry
The tea.
leaf tea is very good for your joints.
I tell ya.
You drink it for the health benefits, and I think it tastes fine.
You would, Warren. You would.
Well,
Is anybody going to? Does anybody else want hash browns and eggs? I'm making them.
oh, Beck and Todd.
I'll eat some.
I got takers.
Beck wants food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Feed
I'm
the
making
doggo.
breakfast.
Feed him.
You don't want any?
Ta is behind Beck.
All right.
Also wants your
Take a
hash
bit.
browns and your eggs
It
and
can't
everything
be
you'll
worse
feed
than
them.
charred corpse.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I prefer Warren's cooking over charred corpse.
What would I add to cooking? Would it be survival? Would it be?
Yeah, cooking survival.
Yeah. I've seen
Well,
that.
that's too bad. That's a 5.
Or maybe I think those charred corpses starting to look good again.
It's close. It is better than charred corpse. Charred corpse is not cooked with any intent for eating, and is technically, as if it was like a 1 on the roll list. If you're not 1, it'd be worse. But it wasn't an nat 1, so it's better. But it's kind of bland and. bleh.
We'll just throw a bit of salt on it and hope that makes it better.
Yeah, your dogs like it.
Okay, yes. Here,
Beck and
Bones,
Ta are
you can-
pleased. It's like
I'm
they'll eat
also-
anything.
I'm also making tea. Does anybody want some?
No, we're good. Thank you. I'm totally good with that.
Warren drinks his own gross tea alone.
Yeah, all
And
right.
that's the morning.
That's the morning. Just that.
I spent my morning just redoing my spells, getting my new spells.
As did I. Sort of.
What do you think, Clover? Should I turn on dog TV?
How about you don't?
Actually, she likes human TV better than dog TV.
My cat, my first cat when I was still in Colorado, really liked Animal Planet.
I think this is it. Yeah, there we go.
She would
Pretty.
sit in her little
Turn the
perch
TV
thing
sideways.
in that window area,
Yeah.
and like certain noises
Rotate.
would catch her attention, and she'd just stick her head out.
Oh,
from the
that's
curtains
nice.
And just
Yep.
stare at it.
Okay, Crystallis. Okay, that makes sense.
The Crystal Towers of Crystal.
One of the crystal towers, yes.
One? That's one?
Yep, that's one.
It looks like it's got a lot of towers, though.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Ah.
Sort of more like a cluster of towers, really.
One tower cluster.
It's like a tower with many branches, like a big tree.
I see.
Glass and crystal and... That's not snow, that's ash. And yeah, that's what you guys see in the distance as you approach. And actually, those mountains are important. As Todd describes to you, those mountains, those are the ash mouths.
Are they're the source of the ash, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a
They're
bad noise.
aptly
It's hard to do both. Yeah, so those spit out all sorts of incredibly sharp, small chunks of glass and dust, and they sift through those and make all sorts of cool stuff. And well, that's what the towers are made of, and that's what Crystalla does. Is they ship all sorts of rare glass and gems, because sometimes you find really good gems in there, but you have to kind of dig. That's really dangerous.
Oh. So that means that this ash that we're walking around in is potentially very sharp.
Yeah. But
Spiky ash.
this is most of the fine ash. She kind of kicks it a bit. We have shoes, so we'll be fine. But
I think the fish-men over there can go for a
I
walk.
don't have shoes.
you'll be fine probably if you've been walking so far.
Yeah, I'm probably not very good.
But when we get to
I
the
also don't have shoes, and I'm perfectly fine.
when we get
You're made of
it.
when we get actually to Crystalla, things will be really. I'll just click on it again, just in case.
I have some leather armor. I can just make you some shoes.
Do you have cobbler
I was
skills?
gonna say, do you have cobbler skills?
I mean,
tools?
no, but it can't be that hard.
Just like-
You see my vast array of skills. You saw that breakfast.
Just rattle leather
I
around
don't
the
want
stool.
shoes.
Oh, well, okay. I don't think anybody can piggyback you. I don't think anybody's big enough.
I think he'll just risk
I
it.
just have still needs to
Callous
get
feet.
smaller.
You may have to roll to see
Okay.
how well your calluses can hold
Sure.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. That must have been hard to develop, considering you were a fish.
That's an excellent point.
He walked around on the barrier reefs.
I can run across liquids and vertical surfaces, so I have very interesting feet, I'm sure.
At that point, you don't need a treadmill, just a small room.
Right. That's
Alright. Well,
Okay.
Warren pours out the rest of his gross tea, and he's ready to go.
All hope on Brooks.
Okay.
The cat gets in the bag.
There is a journey to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually hear it. Around Crystalla, there's a lot of sand and ash, and it's really mobile. It's not fully fluid, but as the wind goes by, it can often pick up clouds and dust storms, and it often is so heavy that it almost rolls over the other, and it makes this sort of grindy noise, and it fine powders the sand. And that's one of the reasons why it's not sharp over here, is because it keeps grinding it down into softer particles. Now,
Okay.
and often, because of the weather patterns and things, it's almost always lightning. It's somewhere in Crystalla. It's always just this little like flash and a little more, and that's a sunny day.
Well, it must be a heck to try and sleep in this place.
I'm still really interested. I still want to see this place.
I might need to invest in some earplugs.
It's loud. Todd doesn't really want to go there, and Beck's like, it's loud.
Hey, can we like go around it maybe?
No, I want to go in.
Well,
We don't have to
guys,
be in for like more than an afternoon. But we should at least go in. They probably have really cool stuff.
We planned on going through Crystalla.
yeah.
Through or around it? I mean, is it faster to go through it or is it faster to go around it?
Well, if we go through it, we could get a vehicle that works with Ash. And it would give us at least a day faster. We could get a ride
Okay, yeah, fine.
out of the Ashlands.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Alright, fine, we'll go into Crystalla.
Okay. So off to the interesting place.
I thought you said you dumped out your tea.
Oh yeah.
Drinking from an empty cup.
Warren's just lost it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
sometimes I forget
Crystalla.
things.
You guys are making the journey towards Crystalla. It's going to take about half a day to get there.
We're close.
Yeah.
Okay.
What order are you guys moving in? Do you have an order, or are you just sort of grouping and walking?
I can go first.
Who's got the best perception?
That's an
I mean, I've got a 16 passive.
I probably have the best perception.
On the way there, seeing as how these woods are infested with things, I'm going to use that free cast of Fiendish Vigor to gain some extra
Okay,
stuff.
do that.
Cool, some extra temp. That's nice.
Just
Yeah.
remember that temp don't stack. You just take the
What's
biggest.
yours?
Yep.
Okay,
18.
yeah. Well, he'll be up front. Who's got the next highest?
Fish has 17.
think
What
he's
if I
already-
want to be up
Oh,
front?
okay.
I think he's just surging ahead.
I don't really.
Oh yeah, that's true. Beck has really good perception. He's like, I can see things.
Okay.
He's very proud. He's like, gaze.
I am in the middle.
Eyes of Hawk.
Orin is in the middle of
Yes,
whatever group.
Beck
forms.
has 19 perception.
Okay.
I will stay in the back.
I will be as close to the front as I possibly can, in front if possible.
I guess
Okay.
Berl will just hang out with her friend Ta. I'm back.
All right.
Todd likes to go around on the edges, and you know, if you you never really. It's hard to keep up with Todd. She's very fast, you know, because she's a monk and she's got a +5 anyway. So she moves faster than your mastiff can.
Alright, then no.
Plus, she tends to be weird and get around places, and you just don't know why or how. Sometimes she'll show up on the other side of your group, and you'll never know.
Alright. I guess I'll hang out with Beck then. He's not moving around everywhere.
He's towards the front, though.
Yeah, I'll hang out with Beck.
Okay.
I think you're in the middle with me.
Okay.
So we have
Okay.
Clay, Beck,
Oh, never mind.
Berl, or is it Clay, Warren, Beck, Berl?
I don't think Clay cares, does he?
I don't care where I am.
But he said he had the best.
I mean, if you want to put me in the front, then I'll be in the front.
I'm just trying to give the DM the order.
Right.
So I know I'm the back.
Probably the first order where he's up at the front.
Okay.
So I'm second to last. Not my preferred position, but that's fine.
Okay. So Clay, Beck, Berl.
I have
Korratosh.
Korratosh.
Yeah.
Not T. Okay. Korratosh, Warren, Kappa.
Okay. The whole time we walk, my cat sometimes peeks out of the bag with big dinner plate-sized eyes at you.
I'll peer back with even bigger fishy eyes.
And then Beck looks back with eyes that are
Sometimes,
distinctly hawk-like and not
don't
dog-like at
blink.
all.
And the cat just kind of will, every now and then, it's like slowly rise up out of the bag and then like slowly put its head back down.
All right, yeah. So you guys begin to hit the actual,
I think he
Dunes.
likes you.
and sort of
I
the
don't know
rolling
why,
ashes. It's not too
What a
deep,
mystery.
but it's not easy to make headway.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys are just struggling through a foot of ash.
Yeah, I don't have any advantage.
You're about
on
halfway
ash.
there.
Nice.
So, but it's still a half-day journey in spite of the
Indeed.
struggle.
That's one of the reasons why it's a half day.
Do
instead
you
of
think an
just,
unseen
We're very
servant
close.
would be able to blow the ash away if I asked him to?
who?
Blow, if my unseen servant would be able to blow a path.
Unfortunately, no. They don't have the strength for that,
Ah, damn.
or con, or whatever. They don't have that power. They could carry things over the ash.
Does anybody need anything carried over the ash?
Myself.
Does it have the strength to do that?
No.
Sorry, not gonna work.
I figured. Oh well. You know, some of us in this group do have old knees. There's a lot of sand. It's hard on old knees. Wait, or is sand kinder to your knees? I think it's actually supposed to be kinder.
So we're wading through ash.
Yeah.
It's slowing us down a little bit,
Okay.
but we're very close.
That's
It
fair.
feels prickly, like, you know, when you go to the ocean and it's full of those little parts of crustaceans and crabs and it's all prickly. It's like, ugh. It's like that.
I have finally decided my spells.
You're not cut, but you're uncomfortable.
I appreciate the apt analogy that's appropriate for the fish guy.
Yeah. I just remember I went to the beach once and that was it, and it was like, that is brutal. It's just so, like, you never step anywhere without feeling it.
Surely there's a way to walk on the ash, like snowshoes.
Does the ash count as a liquid?
Yeah.
Then I can walk on top of it.
He's got,
Fisherman can walk.
It's a monk thing.
he's
I
got
have
that
a ring of
walking
water
ring.
walking. Is that specifically water?
Yes, but I'll let you make a check to try and use it on sand and ash.
All right, cool.
You're gonna have to roll with.
No wait, it is any liquid.
Oh, yeah. Well, it counts as liquid. You can walk on it.
Nice.
So you guys are doing okay. The others
Hey.
are slogging.
Some of you are doing fine.
Your dog is having some trouble, so it's probably not something you can ride.
I
during
guess you're
this.
not at the back of the
Alright,
group
that's
anymore.
fair.
It's big, but it's
I don't know.
not that big and not that strong.
That's fair. Alright, I'll get off the broncs and we'll just walk it.
Okay.
What is this?
We'll be slow and we'll walk it together.
What's
I'm
happening?
still, I'm
You guys
still
are
on
walking
the back.
through
I'm
ash.
just taking my time.
Through
but I'm
ash,
walking
and
on
is
top
the
of it.
ash?
It counts as a liquid.
Counts as a liquid.
I mean, I do have a spell that might.
It's very, very fine, mostly. Sharp, but fine.
Bottom line is we're going to go at the speed of the slowest member anyway.
Yeah.
It's probably me.
So I'm still going to bring up the rear. I'll just be behind
Well,
you,
I'm
Warren.
gonna
I'll
walk
just be
from
standing on
speed
top
at
of it
25,
instead of
and if
going
I'm
through
not
it.
my dog.
And we just have,
Yeah.
we do have mobility though, in case of
Yeah.
unfortunate circumstances.
So those who are slogging through ash get -10 to their move speed.
Yeah, so I'm going at 15.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it is. Todd doesn't seem bothered.
In
Beck
that
seems
case,
bothered.
I could scout out ahead for the group.
You could. Would you like to?
As could I. I have 45 movement speed. So,
We could both go.
speedy.
Sure. You guys can.
Yeah,
You
we,
want.
could, we could explore.
All right.
Let's, since the rest of the group is moving slower, we could take Todd. Is Todd the one going fast?
Todd's also fast, and she's right next to you, popping out of a little tuft of sand, like she was swimming in it. But she was on the other side last time you looked. She's having a good time. Beck is not.
Would Todd like to go with us?
You can ask her.
That's what I asked.
Oh, maybe. She'll go.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
All right. You guys go to scout ahead. Who wants to do the... You guys can both roll, I say perception, because you're scouting and looking, just and seeing what you see.
Both of us or just one?
Yeah, you can both do it.
Okay.
And,
Oops.
15.
11. Maybe not a good scout.
not as good as you'd hope,
You and me
know?
both.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good enough. Let me just pop this boy down. So in the distance, you see things. The ash dunes get larger. Many of them have outcroppings and lattices of stone, often even glass, that has been fused through either lightning strikes or just years of being pounded together and being fused through that, as well as just carving into their stone. So there are all sorts of pockmarked holes and cliffs up ahead, and sort of valleys. And in these, sometimes things are dwelling. And these creatures are strange and well adapted to a very alien environment.
I wonder if they can help us.
Well, let me just show you one of them. There we go. This is one of the creatures you see.
I will wave at him.
It's a large creature. It's huge, and it's well armored. At least it looks like it. And it's just sort of in these valleys. Yeah, you two and Ta can see it.
Eldrazi.
Indeed.
How far away?
It's about 600 feet from where you are.
I use primeval awareness to check for monstrosities again.
Well, you're not there, so you can't make reactions based on your new knowledge.
Oh, right.
We're out ahead.
They're
This is one of the reasons why I ignored Kylie. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You just aren't there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot
this
to.
is this beast's lair.
It's got a sort of place behind it, but it may or may not be. You can roll for insight to see what you think it's doing.
It looks
Nice.
friendly.
So that'll be a 26.
Yeah, this is picking through certain bones and crystals and holes. It looks like it's already eaten. It's got some almost vague dressings of some kind of meat, of some kind of creature that it's fed on, and it's just sort of sitting there and listening to the noise and just sort of basking in the sun.
Is there any way that we can see to go around it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you take the right path, it's pretty obvious from your perception rolls, which don't have to be that good. You both rolled well enough. There's sort of a path on the cliff. It'll take maybe an extra hour to go over the cliffs.
If you go to the right?
Yeah, you'll be climbing up mostly is the
And
reason
this
why.
guy's on the left.
Yeah, through the lower part, which is,
Well,
less mobile ash.
we're gonna have to go past this guy then.
But if it is its lair, it could detect us regardless.
My people have a saying that if you are presented with a left and a right, you should always go left. It must happen. That's the way we're going. That's it. It's been decided.
Has it?
How far ahead of the main body of the group are we?
Oh, you're a good 5-10 minutes. They'll catch up to you in about that much time. You can go back in 5.
Okay.
I'm just super superstitious about going to the right.
I agree that we should go to the left, but we should be prepared to fight this creature. Perhaps we can set up a trap for it.
I'm conflicted because I feel like the just thing to do would be not to fight this creature because it's not threatening us.
Would it make a difference if it were the bones of the innocent that it lays upon now?
Yes.
You can always check to see.
I was going to say, let's not make any hasty.
You can use investigation to
Judgments,
try to
yeah.
identify what kind
Sure,
of
let's investigate it.
bones.
I will investigate.
I'm morally conflicted.
5.
Oh, in your opinion, those are bones and that's vaguely meat, and it's sort of like, it's been eating things evil, clearly.
So superstition tells me I should always go to the left. But also, justice dictates that we shouldn't kill something just because it's in our path.
Do you see its appearance? It carries the appearance of a monstrosity. It should be eliminated.
You shouldn't just judge things from their appearance.
Technically,
If you
it's,
judged me by my appearance, I would be just a fish person. And I'm so
Are
much.
you not a fish person?
Wait, I'm confused.
Wow. That is racist, and I will pretend like you didn't say that.
What does Ta think?
Oh, she was kind of hoping you'd forget she was there. It's almost like that's her gimmick. And she's kind of like, well, maybe. I don't want to fight it. It looks just, it's kind of in the open and it's bright. And I'm not very good in sun. I don't like it. It's so bright.
I don't think the ash is a very good playing field either to try to battle a thing like that. Because obviously Toad is very well adapted, and where everybody's kind of struggling to get through everything.
You're not present though.
It's true, but this is the little
I
voice on
can-
the wind in his conscience.
But-
So,
It is on the left.
I'm
You
going.
can advise him as a player to player, but you cannot communicate
fair.
as
Sure.
anyone else.
I'm going to use Mind Link to communicate with the rest of the group telepathically, using my Kalishtar abilities.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna send back over the wavelengths. There appears to be a monstrous being in our way.
New number, who dis? Just kidding.
Let's not forget the last one that we tried to fight. I'd like to not fight if we don't have to.
Can we communicate
Is it
with
a
everyone, or
monstrosity?
at that point, or is it
It's-
everyone communicating with you?
They can take a bonus action to communicate back to me.
I want to hear you.
So
Yeah?
I don't.
Interesting.
Is it a monstrosity?
It is a monstrosity.
We should kill it.
Have you rolled for monstrosity? You
No,
don't know
but
for
I'm
sure.
assuming.
All right.
You just assume everything's about stuff.
I'm just gonna continue to say it is on the left.
It lays
I mean,
upon bones and flesh in a lair most heinous.
You are terrible.
We should kill it.
I love this.
So 2 against killing, 2 for killing.
Alright, so then I
One out of-
turn back to the fish person and the other, and they said, they agree with me. We should kill it.
I don't like you anymore.
Well, I wouldn't want to make a decision for the whole party without the party present.
I
So
mean, to be fair, Grog wouldn't have even asked. He would have just been like, I'm the trap.
that's true.
So-
That's true.
I
And he
know, and
probably
Grog
would.
drove me crazy too. Because I
Okay.
was starting fights we didn't need
but
to.
okay,
So more reasonable.
that's understandable. But we should wait for the entire group to be here because we need our full strength to take this thing down.
Indeed. In the meantime, we can lay traps for it.
Okay.
All right,
We're in
you can
agreement.
try to lay traps.
Alright, let's lay traps.
I don't know what skill check that is. Let me check.
Survival?
Probably, yeah.
Is it Fey, Fiend, or Undead?
No.
Cool. Wow, that's pretty good. That's a 28.
Not bad, not bad.
That's
What kind of
beautiful.
trap are you trying to leave? A good one?
A very good one.
I don't have a lot of materials. If you haven't noticed, I don't have very much on me, including.
What can I do with rope, oil, crowbar, hammer, stakes?
Well, stakes are pretty good. You can make a giant.
Literally,
version
all
of
I
those.
have is a net, darts, and a necklace.
Alright, I have an
That's
idea
all
for
I have
a
to
trap.
run.
I will create a trap which ensnares the beast in rope and then pulls it into a wall of spikes which are doused in oil to be easily lit on fire.
Well, that's one trap you can do. That's a lot of things to prepare, but you have time.
I was gonna say, do you have all those things?
Yep, right here.
All right,
Yeah, then.
mark them off your list because they're part of your trap now.
Perfect.
All right, you've created a trap. Now, how close did you want to get to do that?
That's a good question. I would like it not to have seen me yet.
All right. How
What
close do you think
what
that
do I
would be?
perceive as a safe distance?
Well, hard to say.
Do I know what it senses?
Roll stealth. Stealth is your best guess for this.
All right. 13.
Okay, not bad, not bad. You think maybe about halfway to like 300 feet away, kind of in the shadows of the dark things and
Then
away
I will
from where it
stay
is.
no less than
So,
no less than
Yeah,
300
Josh?
feet.
so can you describe where this thing is located better, a little bit better?
All right. So looking from where you guys scouted it, there's a large, kind of almost 1,000 feet, slow slant down into a valley,
Okay.
and on the left and the right there are sort of cliffs.
Okay.
With sort of caves and holes and pockmarks and ash and little tiers that go down and fall down lower and lower until eventually, after about a mile of this, it starts to rise back up in the distance. And there's sort of a path on the right you could take
Handful of candy.
that goes over, but it's
So
kind
like
of
a-
raising tiers and you have to climb a bit to get up.
So like a big gradual slope and then a big gradual slope back up, and
Yeah.
he's at the bottom.
And it's sort of towards the bottom. Yeah,
Is it?
it's in that about mile of opening.
So are
closer
there
to you,
are there
though.
any cliffs around where it's located?
There is.
Um,
There's about one good one.
how high above it is it?
Oh, they go about 20 feet over it, where it's standing. It's on a little outcropping, so it's about 30 feet from the floor.
I will just sneak up to the outcropping of it
Okay,
and lay in wait
we'll stealth.
up above. 14.
Okay. You've rolled a 14. You feel stealthy.
I'm as sneaky as a fish can be.
As a
Slop,
fish man
slop,
wearing
slop.
a net can be.
Yes.
He's
In the middle of
walking
an
on
ash
water.
ocean.
I'm walking on ash, yeah.
Ashes to ashes, eh?
On the. Never mind. I was gonna say.
You
Oh.
would.
Okay. The other part of my preparation is I get ready and I kick some ash.
Oh,
This hurt me in ways I didn't know I could be hurt.
there. See, that's a
I
moment.
wasn't
when
gonna
you-
say anything, but I had to.
It's alright.
Okay. Okay.
See, that's the kind of moment where you can give yourself a point of inspiration.
Yeah, give yourself an inspiration, you sass.
Oh, I meant you
Oh,
as
I
the
mean,
DM.
You as a DM can have inspiration.
Remember, like you're like, I don't get any inspiration. Like, well, how about moments when you make everybody start laughing?
Or moments where you have to put up with extreme stupidity.
I wasn't gonna make any statements about it.
Anyway,
Oh, goodness.
All right.
I'm up above the creature kicking some ash.
Yes, we've established this.
Okay.
Alright, I've
Are
given
we-
myself inspiration. There we go.
Are we
Alright.
close yet?
Yeah, you guys are with them now. There's no rush.
What
It
do you
doesn't seem
guys
to be
do?
a rush.
I have laid the snare.
What do you? Why do we lose?
I am
here?
nowhere near where he is.
Warren realizes how big this thing is, and he immediately backtracks all his statements. Like, I'm starting to agree with Berl. Like, maybe this isn't wise. It's really not necessary. We should really just quietly leave. Very
Even-
quietly.
Even if
Very
we just
quickly.
entrap it so that it dies of starvation,
No, I don't think you want to do
we have to
that.
take action now.
I
Okay.
mean-
I'll take an action and I'll go up and I'll try and talk to it.
No, we should not do that
I'm
either.
doing it. I'm
No.
doing it right now.
Uh,
Walking over to him. Hello.
As
friend,
long as she
monster
brings
gang.
it back towards the snare.
DM is not paying any attention. He has no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's when we all take our armor off.
I have none.
He removes his
Plus
fish.
armor. Alright, so it's going to be 600 feet of walking, which in layman's terms, especially since it is technically difficult ash still, that's going to be like
Just trudge my way through
5
the ash.
minutes to walk over there. Yeah, so you're just trudging down over for 5 minutes. That said, the trap was about halfway there, so it's pretty clear where the trap is for
Yeah.
you because you have enough perception. But that might be useful information.
Okay, yeah, okay, good to know. That's what's that.
Did
Okay.
you know reincarnation? Was that a spell that you knew?
Yes.
Okay, just check.
Are
It
you
may become useful shortly.
are you asking me to like reincarnate the beast?
No. I'm asking you to reincarnate Berl when she finishes living up to her crazy part of the name. And, I have potions, healing potions,
Okay, so those are the top.
ready for
okay.
exactly this moment.
Interesting.
Okay.
Please don't reincarnate the beast.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'll try not to.
Okay.
All right. So you guys,
Nervous.
yeah, I'll just put it back up so we
Okay.
remember what we're dealing with.
Okay.
So yeah, Berl, you get into a distance of about 120 feet,
Warren is
and it
sweating.
looks at you.
Okay. Hello. How's it
All
going?
right. Okay, you wave,
I'm watching
and
from
it stares.
I'm watching
I
from
will
up above.
bow
like, what
to
the
it.
heck is going on?
Okay, okay. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to make connection contact to see if it understands if it has any intelligence to communicate.
All right. What's a good roll for that? No, trying to discern intelligence.
Some sort of language thing.
Insight.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the one.
Insight.
You bow, and yeah, we'll see how good your insight is.
Can I run a roll and insight check on her to see what her intelligence is?
Yes, you can roll
This
that.
time?
3.
Okay, so you have no idea. It's probably the smartest and most intelligent being you've ever met, or the least. You can't tell.
I
Alright.
got a 14 to try and decipher her intelligence in this situation.
You're trying to decipher crazy.
You realize that intelligent people do stupid things. This might be a wisdom problem.
Okay.
But when it comes to wisdom, this definitely could be considered crazy, or at least highly risky if you're leaving your friends behind.
It all
to
of a
do
sudden
this.
clicks why she's called crazy.
Yep.
She does have a 0 on her wisdom modifier.
So how far forward are you guys going? Just so I know where everyone's in the group.
I am
Are you all trying to
Behind
be
the
with Berl?
trap.
Or are
I'm
you
still
behind the
20
trap?
feet higher than the thing trying to attack
Besides
me with
you,
a knife.
fish friend.
Okay.
Wait, there's a trap?
There's a trap.
It's right
Okay.
there.
I pointed.
You
Yeah,
see
we
it?
pointed out.
Okay, there's a trap.
Okay.
So those three are together. Burl's trying to talk to him.
Okay.
And
And Berl has no idea.
I'm laying in ambush.
So it's hard to tell if this creature is making any kind of connection to any of my attempts to talk to it. So I'll pull out the emeralds that I happen to have, and I will hold it up as an offering to the creature.
Okay. It does give you a look at that. It's a head gesture. Slight. Very small.
I will put it down.
120 feet away? Okay. In the ashes? Or are you going to try to find somewhere like that?
No,
Solid?
I'll probably move up closer to it as I'm offering
Yeah, there are small like bumps in the ash, small islands of actual stone. Down here they seem to form. They're just almost like they're spikes that rise above the actual nonsense. Yeah, you could put them on one of those if you want. And
Okay.
how close do you want to get?
We'll get about halfway from where I
Okay,
was
60
standing.
feet?
Yeah, 60
Okay.
feet's good.
You're in 60 feet and you put these emeralds down on the ground. Okay,
Okay, and then I'll back up a
good
little
point.
bit.
and you back up. How far do you back up?
10, 20 feet.
Okay. You do. And you have its attention. You have a staring contest. Okay. And your intention is
To communicate.
cool. It understands that you're trying to communicate. And kind of places its local corpse back in the cave, the thing it's been eating off. And, well, places is a good word. It just tosses the bone and meat that's left into a nearby cave and kind of begins to sort of crawl, slither, walk, as only something in this kind of environment could do, and kind of just almost skates over the ashes slowly, and then reaches your emerald point. So now it's within about 10 feet of you,
Okay.
and kind of looks at the emeralds and looks at you.
I just gesture to the emeralds. You're like, you can have them.
Okay. Roll performance.
Where did it go? It's right there. That's a 15.
Okay, that's good enough. I'm looking to see if you rolled really poorly. And so it reaches down with one of its middle lower hands and picks one up and then passes it to another hand while it still looks at you, and then it looks at it and it's investigating these emeralds. And it's going to make a roll. Interesting. Okay. It accepts that and kind of places the emerald into one of the holes that cover all these kind of plating on its body, and it kind of just stashes them in there. And it looks like there are little pockets of muscle and things that allow it to store things within.
It's very interesting.
Yep.
Oh, it's like a monstrosity version of the fat folds, putting
Yeah,
things
kinda.
in there.
Although it's mostly muscle and it doesn't have much skin. It seems like any skin it has has either been removed through years of sand erosion and rashery, or it's hardened into this calcified armor almost.
And somewhere, Bran nods approvingly.
Yeah. And so it kind of takes them all and drops a. Let me roll. What's an 85 get you on the table of weird monster stuff?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
To be continued.
85. Oh, okay.
And gives one to you as a return
It drops a. It pulls from one of its holes that you could tell, and then the muscles kind of like unclench, and it's kind of gross because, you know, it's way longer than you thought it would be, and it starts pulling this long, like, almost hand out of it, and it's like this big long hand that's like been petrified into position. It's a full arm.
It's a monkey's paw.
And it's just this hand in this position, and like it's almost like a staff.
Huh.
And it places that on the stone, and it kind of just turns and leaves.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have a creepy hand staff.
Hands. Okay.
Call it a staff of withering.
Warren is relieved by this.
We've
Turn of
lost it.
events. We've lost the trail.
Yeah. Warren, you're aware that's not a monstrosity. Because you hate them, and you can't bring yourself to hate this.
Well, well, I was also
You're
gonna
aware
get.
that this is actually probably fake.
I was thinking about speaking Sylvan
I'm-
to it. Dang it.
I was definitely ready to let go of my my hatred,
What?
regardless of monstrosity level, because it was just that big.
That was like going to be the next thing I was going to do was speak Sylvan to
Yeah,
it.
you can use this hand as a quarterstaff if you want.
No,
And
what is it?
it's running with this creepy, almost negative power of like death. It just feels like this staff is deathly. And yeah, so you have a creepy human hand-arm staff.
Okay.
Yeah, staff of withering. So you don't know what it does yet, but here's what it does. Here's the
Okay.
official rules. You have 3 charges, and you gain 1d3 every dawn. You can wield it as a magic quarterstaff, so it's a magic weapon. This is cool loot, and I'm surprised that you got it. Because it was random, and it was also like, they're not going to do that. I should have known Dran would curse me again.
His
Okay.
lasting impact is that diplomacy has entered
If
the
you
chat.
hit, you can do normal quarterstaff damage, and if you spend a charge, you can do an extra 2d10 necrotic damage.
Ooh, that's
Quarterstaff.
nice.
So
It also, whatever you hit needs to make a DC 15 con save, or it gets disadvantage for an hour on any ability check or saving throw that uses strength or con. It's a very cool item, and it's random, and you guys will have a chance, and Berl might not actually be a very good person to use it.
I was gonna say, is it not finesse or is it strength?
It's a quarterstaff, it's finesse. Well, no, actually it's not finesse. Quarterstaffs are not naturally finesse. You have to be a monk.
I think they're strength, yeah.
Yep, strength. So it may not be good for you, but somebody else here might really enjoy necrotic damage and creepy hand weapon.
Especially if I can add more fire to it.
Exactly. Okay, so
Alright, well, I'll go back down with my fancy hand stuff and be
Yeah.
like, witty witty witty.
so you do, and that turned out far better than I expected. You also see that as you were around it, a bunch of other individuals of smaller and more nefarious look were watching and leave. That would have been a tough fight. Oh well.
Yeah.
I began angrily and scorchingly disassembling
I think
my
this is
trap.
yeah, some of those individuals that were hiding around and staring looked like.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, this is kind of the creatures that were hiding that you managed to notice.
Wow.
Yeah, they have perfect camouflage in this situation.
Phyrexians.
Yeah, I'm just having fun with art that I found. And you do notice some of the statues and stuff they've carved into the mountain holes that are really obscured in the dark. This is sort of their valley, and it seems like you're okay to crawl here now that you've appeased one of their larger ones.
Nice.
Wow.
Face.
Cool.
Yep.
I feel satisfied. Justice has been done.
So they're
to the world.
Fey, and you would know that. But, until you know they're Fey, I'm not going to give you Fey information. So now you know.
Being crazy pays off sometimes.
You also know that they vastly outnumber you. And, it would be rude to fight them now. In case you care.
I'm gonna,
You may not.
I'm gonna creep back to the group at that point.
Yeah.
There was no need to
There was no danger at all.
initiate.
Well, there was a vast danger. You just didn't trigger it.
Yeah.
I was not expecting the appeasement through cash money gems.
Do
Well,
I
I figure
disassemble
if
my
it's a
trap?
crystal beast, it would probably appreciate something like
I mean,
that.
it's not crystal at all. So you got the right answer. You just chose the wrong way to get there. It's like, what even? All right, but hey, appeasement through money always works.
Disassembly of trap. Yes.
Yeah, you can easily disassemble some of it.
The spikes are now oil soaked, and I don't have oil.
Yeah, but you can take those as oil-soaked spikes. The oil will last as long as you don't drag it through the ashes or whatever. Oil stays for a remarkably long time.
So what did you get?
I got this cool thing. I hold up this creepy petrified hand staff.
But
Wanna
was
touch
it worth
it?
it to let the beast go?
No.
I'll
Oh,
touch
by the
it.
way, it also needs attunement.
Needs a tube?
Yep.
What does that do?
Someone has to attune it before you can use it.
Ah.
How long does attunement usually take?
It takes a long rest.
Okay.
And this one,
Of hugging it.
this feels quite almost supernaturally charged, so only a cleric, druid, or warlock has the knowledge to attune it.
Which is the only one that we've got at Piracy.
Yeah, so you would know how to attune this creepy hand. You understand how this is supposed to work. There's an aura to it, a feel.
Can
That's
I
not
have it?
intelligence.
What have you got
But
to
it is
trade for
wisdom.
it?
And technically, as a quarterstaff, this works with shillelagh.
Oh, okay.
So, despite the fact that I didn't plan it for you, it does fit really well.
What have you got for me?
I got you this stick. Becca's given you a stick.
I'll take the stick. I'll go get it, boy. Go get the stick.
Your mastiff is excited. He wants the stick.
Okay.
His expression does not change, but his tail does not change. The only way you can tell he's excited is he stands up and he gets in your face like, yes.
Okay. All right, Bronx, ready? Go get it.
All right, he goes and gets your stick. There's no wagging of the tail. The tail is always straight, as it is zombie.
Yes.
But your dog gets the stick and brings it back.
I have this club.
I'm not gonna do anything with a club. I'm
How
afraid.
about this scimitar?
And
I've already got a scimitar.
You could have 2 scimitars.
You could have 2.
I don't really need 2 scimitars. I mean, if that scimitar could do something cool, maybe, because I mean, this is kind of a fancy, petrified hand staff.
It's the opposite of fancy. It's actually kind of creepy and gross.
It's very creepy and gross petrified hand staff.
It feels magical.
It
I
does
mean, that's
feel-
as much as Berl
This is true.
knows.
Yeah, like,
Berl
I can-
knows it's magical.
I can
and
tell
was
there's
given to
something
her by a
special about it,
strange
I
fairy.
don't know what, but
You can have some fire, and then I conjure some fire in my hand.
Yeah, all the data can be found during a long rest through attunement. To be fair, the druid can attune it for somebody else if they so choose. But frankly, so this means that you can have it and not use it, but he can help you use it, or you can give it to him, or he can help somebody else use it. Frankly, this is hilarious.
So
how about I'll just wait for you to get something
Yes?
good.
I
and
have
you can say
advantage
that.
on histories for objects
Okay.
with dark pasts.
You can roll for it.
Do I get the advantage?
Yes.
You guys
It's a
get
creepy
the
hand
opportunity
staff.
for treasure, and he
I'd give you
grabs
triple
treasure from
advantage
you
if it
before
was
you can get
up
it.
in the rules.
And he's like, okay, would you like to trade?
16 plus history. Where is that?
I also get advantage on historical checks because I am,
16.
What's my background is archaeologist.
This is true. You can give that as well. You can both roll, and I can tell you the exact history of this creepy arm.
I got 16
So
in the
did
second
I.
roll.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you 2 different sets of information because you have different sources. You,
I can sense
Korratosh.
objects dark pasts.
you know this as a dark past. This was at one point an arm. Somebody is missing an arm, or at least missed it a long time ago. This is suffused with death and this negative energy that reaches out and takes life away from other things, and it doesn't store it. Whoever this arm was fashioned from, probably, it feels like it used to be a lich's arm. And you're aware of just how that some time ago this ancient lich had its arm removed, and these strange fae eventually ended up with it in this creepy ash desert, and they forged it into a staff instead of just a bone. And so they've taken the lich's arm, which was a trophy by some adventurer. Perhaps it was cursed and claimed their life, unfortunately, because they didn't realize the arm's still alive. But his fairy knew, and they killed it. Sort of. It's undead. But they just kept the energy as a sort of trophy of their success and a memory of the poor soul that they found in the ashes. Now, the archaeologist would know this is 1,000 years old or more. It shouldn't be in this good of condition. But you can tell how it's aged because of these little like dirt clods and all this other stuff at weird angles. And you can also tell that it's been polished and restructured, and the arm actually isn't in its normal pose. And they've fixed it to be a little more wieldy than a normal arm would be. And they've reinforced it with, it's not steel or iron, but it's some other strange material that you're not familiar with.
I'll gladly share that material with the group because, as an archaeologist, it's important to share knowledge about historical figures.
Excellent.
Excellent. And really, I'm just checking to make sure it's not the artifact that I'm looking for that will help free my people, which I don't think it is.
Well, it's an artifact that could be used to help free people, but it's not the one. You would know the one. This ain't the one.
We should really carry on to Kristalla, where they surely have ways of keeping
We'll
these
figure out who
monstrosities
gets
out.
the stick later.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now,
Maybe you can just write
Can
me.
I-
You can write me an IOU.
Can I hold on to it?
Can I get an IOU?
I don't know what IOU is, but I'll give you something in the future
Yes.
for sure.
Okay. I
I
got
can
your-
promise you
I've
that.
got your word. Give me the handshake.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Here, you can have the stick,
Okay. Thank you.
and you can attune it and do whatever you
Yes,
want
the
with
stick likes being held. It's almost like its magic and yours seem to resonate. Nobody else seems to know this, but you
Lovely.
feel that, Clay. You are aware that this hand is it's good, Clay.
I'm going to Kristalla, where giant things aren't,
Yeah. All right.
probably.
Hopefully.
So you've passed my incredibly creepy ambush and got away with legendary. Well, it's not legendary. It's just rare loot, which is totally valued. Like it says, I can give it to you.
it. Nice. Go me.
That's gross. It's too powerful. But you guys continue moving, and you go through this valley pretty well. It's a much quicker route. Unfortunately, you did not get to kill the Fae, though. And that is a sad day for one of us.
Unfortunately.
You'll be back in there. It'll be a future problem.
Oh goodness.
However, you are aware that these were Seelie, and therefore, technically, aren't a target. There are most Fae are on Seelie. These were okay. These are on the level. This is one of the few times where that actually might work. So you were like, my instincts were right. If I wasn't just wrong, it's a weird situation. Now, you guys keep going, and you do see it in the distance again. Kristalla's gleaming white towers, and even ones that are much more gray and pale, and they kind of refract the light in midday. And through the ashes, you also see occasionally creatures like this. Huge, gross monstrosities, or beasts, probably. They just wander the ashes. They let off bellowing calls. Two, probably males, are just standing, staring, posturing slowly as the sand and ash around them just sort of slithers on past their feet and sink in a couple. They're pretty big, though. These are gargantuan beasts. And they're just seem pretty chill.
Let's not fight or go near those guys.
They have a couple of calves near one. They're small. They are medium-sized.
Perhaps
And their
we could
horns
use
are
them to
tiny.
ride into town.
Let's.
Again, look, climbing on it.
Well, you could always try.
I think it would always be fun to try.
All right, go for it.
What is my animal handling?
Animal handling.
Hey, not too bad. A 22.
Not bad. You managed to ride one of the younger ones. They seem chill. They don't react poorly. The adults are sizing you up, but they haven't made a move since the calf is
old are
just
they?
having fun. The one you can ride has to be large. Any of the calves that are medium sized are too small to ride.
Right, I'm just saying like how.
They go from medium to gargantuan.
Yeah, how big is Greg?
30, 40 feet tall.
Wow.
They're
Okay.
huge. But you also notice that most of their bulk is just in this sort of almost half of a huge creature. So it's almost like a giraffe.
Hmm.
They're just like elephant giraffes with bull horns. Think of it that way.
Oh, that's weird. I thought that was like
Almost dragon horns.
Yeah, kinda.
perspective trick.
Nope. That's just how they are.
I'm like, hey,
They're odd
can-
shaped. They're not too
Can
fast.
an old man hitch a
They
ride
move
on the
about
back?
30 to
Absolutely.
40 feet if they're running.
Yes.
They don't seem to be that quick though, overall.
But it's still stylish to ride into town.
Yes.
Probably.
My animal handling roll was only a 7. Oh, it was an 8. 8.
Yeah, one of the smaller ones thinks you're challenging it and gives you a look like, have you seen my horns? They're beautiful. And you don't have any, so back off.
Well, fortunately, he let me haul up onto his calf.
Yeah, but one of them
Is
still
it a-
was just like,
Is
you're not
his
cool.
calf
Why you
offended?
on my brother? And it goes up to you and just like looks at you and like bumps you
You
with its
attracted
nose.
unwanted attention.
Warren hastily gets back off. Like, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's better.
The cat, however, stays on.
It feels like it's one. The other one that was bumping you just and leaves.
Yeah, the question is, can you actually steer them into town, or are you just going to be riding them as they go off into the
There's a
distance?
22 animal handling.
Yeah,
Can I
no,
see?
he can ride one.
All right.
That one's fine with it, but
Sure.
it's a sort of a juvenile, so it kind of counts. Its parents don't seem to be concerned. They're just like, in fact, who knows if they're its parents? Maybe it's just bumming around. Who knows? It seems like he
A
rolls well
homeless
enough that they don't care.
juvenile one.
But they just seem to protect them from predators, and that's really almost all they do as parents. Is that raise the animals. They are mammals.
Okay.
It's noticeable in the females and probably the males.
I've acquired a steed.
You have acquired a steed.
The cat
You can
acts
use the
like it
rhinoceros
acquired
stats
the
for it.
Okay. Sweet.
Just know that if you offend it, you're gonna have to roll animal handling.
Okay.
The cat looks
I
like
have
it's.
respect for this beast.
It's not an animal companion, so just keep that in mind. It's more like a random horse or something. Yeah, but you can use the. In fact, just use the elephant stats because that's frankly about as close as you'll get. Rhino is too fast and too effective. Yes, you have an elephant.
Beautiful.
As long as the elephant deigns to stay,
So I
it's not tame.
can transform into this thing now, right?
You may, yes, you may turn into an elephant if you have the CR for it, which you may not.
What is the CR for it?
CR for an elephant, pretty high.
4.
Yeah, so if you can turn into a CR4 creature, then
Sad.
you can turn into this.
Sad.
And if you got higher than that, you could turn into a larger one.
Nice.
They reach CR8.
It's pretty thick though.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, their stats are huge. They also are fickle, so be careful. Yeah, so you have acquired a mount for now, and it's going with you. You're just out the way for everybody else, though, and it's not that fast.
Fair enough.
At least not unless you try to push it, and it's not tame. But
It's faster than me.
that's kind of the little detour you encountered there. I didn't expect that.
Okay.
I was expecting you to get mauled or stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you continue, I assume you wanted to continue to Kristalla
Indeed.
Yes.
with your newfound mount and creepy skeleton hand staff. On the way to Kristalla, you do see a couple individuals, one of which is this beast and crew.
That looks pleasant.
That's hi. World.
These guys are patrolling. And while in this they have complete nondescript in the actual game, they have more notable armor and they look pretty official.
Okay.
Residents, though?
Probably. Although the metal's scarred and worn from, billows of rather sharp clouds of dust. And so they do wear masks, but they are wearing quite light armor and cloth that's really thick and seems to protect them better from the ash. Yeah.
I'll holler up to them and be like, can you give us a ride through the town?
They notice you, and the two on top begin to discuss things. It's far away. It's about 100 feet away, so it's hard to hear. But they are mentioning and gesturing, and eventually one of them gives out a call. Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the Kristallans, especially these hobos? Everyone's a hobo in my language. These guys are speaking in Dwarvish.
I know Dwarvish.
I know Dwarvish.
You hear, come about in Dwarvish. Everyone else hears, Korratosh. And the guy on the front goes, and then they turn. And this creature begins to sort of prowl in more of your direction. And it starts approaching you guys. What do you do?
I'll just wait.
Hold position.
Fair enough. It approaches, and the rider kind of heals the beast facing your side. So side on.
Okay.
And the one with the crossbow just seems to relax, but he keeps his hands on it just in case. And the one with the spear seems to start crawling down the side of it, this whole almost ladder. In this, it's a bit of metal, a bit of leather. And it seems like it's a bit of a chore to get down. It takes him about, 12 seconds, maybe 2 turns, to climb down because of just the size of the tower on its back. It's about 15 feet tall.
Jeez.
And
I don't look forward to climbing all that.
but he gets down, he jumps on the sand, and his shoes are kind of wide-bottomed, and it might seem to help with the ashes as well. It's almost like you could get those at Cristella. What do you mean? And he goes over and he goes, "Hey!" And he hails you. It's pretty clear, but it is in Dwarvish.
Okay. Okay. Hi. How's it going?
Do you know Dwarvish?
I don't know, Mish.
He does not know. What he's like, He instead turns to the clearly ones who are not the unspeaking. What are you doing with the mute? He says in Dwarvish.
She kind of does things on her own, but she's fine. I assume that you guys hail from Cristalla.
Hey!
We're travelers looking to visit Crystal.
Don't make trouble. There will be no trouble for you.
We don't plan on it.
Good. The glass switches ain't fans of troublemakers. Better for you not to make it. They make the worst trouble. You don't want to do it. That's why we're here.
And what exactly are the glass witches? Are they the rulers of
Everyone
Cristalla?
knows the glass switches in Cristalla. You guys are foreign. You from the west? Yeah.
We're from the east and the west.
Oh, yeah.
We started on one.
From all over.
Well, I started on one end.
Past the Empire, mostly, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, strange foreigner. Good to see you, I suppose. It's good trade. Hopefully you have good to trade anyway. But I can't check. It's not in my law. He says in common.
Oh, so you speak common?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like you don't understand me.
Oh, yeah, they all giggle. They're amused.
Alright.
We don't know Gnomish. We know what it sounds like, but
Well, I was
No
calling
gnomes
it
here.
in common to begin with, and you acted like you didn't understand it. So then I tried gnomish.
And then I'll say it. She does.
it's
she
an
does have a
amusing
very-
joke we play on all the fools who journey the ashes, especially from the west and the north, and a lot of northern travelers just don't know what they're doing in this beautiful land.
Yes,
They
very
kind of
beautiful.
laugh again.
Very beautiful.
I laugh with them.
Oh yes. You guys seem to. They like Dwarvish. They think you guys are on the level. They think your halfling is kind of like a jokey foreigner, but they're cool with it. They're like, well, the glass switches. There are several, and if you offend one of them, you're in trouble. If you offend all of them, you're dead. And they are each the duchess of their own duchy. And that duchy extends out in every direction, well, from the tower, from the middle. And they all sort of share the middle area. That's Cristalla, mostly. And each of them has a district of it, of course, because they all want to own it all, but none of them are allowed to. By imperial decree, none of them can have it. And so they can't fight in Cristalla anymore like they used to. But your best bet is to be good friends with the Cinder, the Firekeeper, because she is on probably the southwest side, and she's generally nicer.
She's the
She
good-
hasn't actually done anything terrifying lately, and that's just great.
So she's the
long as
good
you
witch
can-
of the southwest.
A bit.
Okay.
There's a lot of them, and some are nicer than others, but she's a good one. Got some good magics for the healing.
Okay.
But just putting my 2 cents mainly because you can't trust the eastern witch. Nope.
Is a troublemaker.
Well, she burns people sometimes.
Yeah,
Makes a big show of it, you know?
definitely don't want to be burned.
It's more like melting, really.
Oh, definitely don't want that. No,
Big old pots of glass and people when she's done.
Yeah.
Very gross. Very
Yeah.
public.
that sounds
Very rude. Technically illegal. The Emperor just
Very
hasn't stopped it yet.
very
Why not?
unpleasant. Let's not do that.
He's busy. Unfortunately, we had a black god show up and tell him no, and nothing's come of that yet. So there's a bit of tension. Try not to get involved.
So, how do we make
Okay.
friends with the other one?
Yeah, what is she like? What should we bring for her?
Well, I don't know everything she likes. I just know she's really nice. He
Okay.
kind of mutters, and then he yells up in Dwarvish, "What's she like?" And the other guy's like, "I don't know, rat food? Yeah, that's good. Don't get much rat food here." He's like, "Yeah, rat food. Or spices or trade things that are valuable, like most ladies, I assume.
Okay. Well,
Like my sister likes rat things. Yeah,
nice.
yeah, they seem all right.
We thank you very much for your
Anytime.
your information.
Be careful though. A lot of weird things out. At least if you're not from here. Avoid the flesh-eating ones and the creepy people things. Not everything looks like a person's a person. And there's a lot of zombies in the middle of the Ashlands who are just there and very grumpy. And they're not really out there because they're hungry. They're out there because they died and they're mad. And we'll try to keep roads clear. But well, saw about 100 last week in this big old group. And they were throwing rocks at people. Real nice.
Zombies.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we call them that. It's weird.
Is your group heading back to Crystalla, or are you?
No,
heading
we're
out?
on patrol. We're gonna be out here all day, boys. And they're like, all day.
Okay. Well, as thank you for your information and help, I would like to offer you this special blend of tea. That is
Tea. All right.
It's herbs that I myself have put together into
Tea. That's rare.
a
Real
very
question is-
nutritious.
Herb
Dwarvish
tea. We can't
taste.
grow much herb tea here. This cut's covered in ash.
Well, it's tied up in a bag, but if you brew it into a kettle, it's very good for you. Good for your joints.
Oh, healthy stuff. Someone like that is valuable right there.
Congratulations, you are now the owner.
I
of
receive it with thankfulness of heart.
You guys, you have a good patrol.
And he's like, "Thank you very much. Have a good day." And he gets back up and takes a bit. Twice as long to get up as it was to get down. But then eventually he goes, "Let's go!" And then the guy in front is like, "All right." And the creature's just like, and starts walking. All right, so you guys begin to head closer and closer, much closer. You'll get there by the end of this session, and this session's really about to end. And you also see, as you get really close, you see some of the actual, like, legit defense patrols. And you see these humongous striding things.
Like the giants of the doors and
Yeah.
that. Something out of a
You see a whole bunch of these, just guys riding these humongous, gross things.
I like
And they're
how-
just sort of watching the borders of the city and dragging things, or in this case, most of the cases, carrying flail-like weapons that kind of writhe like the ash around them. They seem to be very accustomed to this place. But yeah, that seems to be most of the defenses. There are walls, there are towers, and you're getting close to, you can see Crystalla and one of the glass spires. It's very close nearby. This one probably is one of the northern ones.
I like how that thing's mouth is like, oh.
Are you aware that that may not be an open mouth?
I know, but it looks that way. Amazing.
It does kind of, yeah.
I
Interesting.
want to sing the giant song to them.
Well, anyway, so that's what I had planned for the, at least some of it.
Okay.